Touch to get there. Lay.
Is that right? Watch that lap, baby. Watch that lap. Watch that lap. Watch that lap. Let's box. Let's box. Nice. Beautiful.
B3 Pick CV, we back again. Man, y'all tap the like button, follow the channel, help the channel grow. We definitely working. Shout out to the sports. Hey, we blessed. We blessed, not stressed. God is great. We here another day. I appreciate my brother Free already pulling up by the cook with me. We're gonna talk about this boxing. We got a lot of good news in the sport of boxing to talk about. A lot of upcoming fights that was just announced. Shout out to Zon already pulling up on me. Appreciate you, Zon. Real supporter. Thank you for the love. We're gonna build today. What's going on, Free? How you feeling?
Stop. I'm cool. What's going on with you?
See, I can't hear you, Free. Can you hear me, Free?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hold on real quick, y'all. Let me refresh real quick. Let me refresh. I can't hear Free.
What's good to everybody in the chat? What's going on with y'all?
Hey, bet. We're gonna try this again. Okay, now I can hear you, Free. Okay, bet.
All right, what's good? What's good?
Appreciate you, Free. Cannon, short salute. God bless you. Hope all is well with you. Landon, what's going on, man? Make sure y'all hit that follow button if you can. Hit the like button if you can. We're gonna talk a little boxing today. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all pulling up from the vertical live. Let's go. Now, hey, Free, let's kick it off right with the show topic, man. We got some breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. A fight that we really wanted. Uh Oshaki Foster, the WBC 130 champion. He's gonna be fighting Raymond Ford. It's gonna be in Houston, Texas on May 30th. Good fight, good fight. Appreciate you, Landon. God bless you, yo. Appreciate you. What's your thoughts on this matchup, Free? And kind of are you surprised they made it? What's your thoughts on how the fight is gonna play out?
No, I like the fight. Oshaki Foster. He said, okay, I gotta go through Raymond Ford in order to get the Shakur Stevenson fight. All right, let me go ahead and run through him. And Shakur Stevenson, we're gonna be in your hometown, which is my hometown. Hope you like the fight. I think Oshaki Foster is gonna win this fight. Raymond Ford, he's a good fighter, but he's too small because Raymond Ford is going to have to fight a style that is not really pleasing, or I should say a style that he don't really like to try to fight on the inside. He's not going to be able to box with Oshaki Foster because Oshaki Foster is more rangier than him. Oshaki Foster got good defense. He got good hand speed. He got good footwork. It's gonna if Raymond Ford try to box with Oshaki Foster, it's gonna be similar to what we saw with the Cool Boy fight. I don't think Raymond Ford is gonna have a chance trying to box with Oshaki Foster. And then when he tries to fight on the inside, Oshaki Foster can fight on the inside as well. So I just don't like the fight for Raymond Ford. I don't mind the fight. This is this thing. Oshaki Foster, he's too seasoned for Raymond Ford at this point in time in Raymond Ford's career. But I like the fight. This is another notch under Oshaki's belt. Um, and now he can after he get past Raymond Ford, he can make that push towards Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think yeah, this is like a two fight for Oshaki. But it's just saying this is gonna be at 130 though. Now with Shakur being at 140, do you feel like he can come back to 135, or do you feel like Oshaki is gonna probably have to try to move up a couple of weight classes at this point? Now that kind of Shakur is, we don't know what Shakur is gonna fight at, but he is a champion at 140. It's gonna
Yeah,
be kind of
I don't
interesting to
I
see
don't
how it
even know
play out.
I don't even know what Shakur is doing because he's not making a fight at 147. He's not making a fight at 140. They stripped him of his belt at 135. I don't know what Shakur is doing. He's been relatively quiet. We haven't really heard much from Shakur as of late. So I really don't know what he's doing.
It's almost so quiet that I would believe that there would be like a Devin Haney fight on the table for him, right? Because if you think about it, the zone want to make big fights, and Devin don't have a fight. Shakur don't have a fight. That would be a fifth division for Shakur. That kind of makes sense.
I would hope so.
Yeah,
Because like you said, neither one of them got a fight coming up, but according to Shakur, he don't want to fight Devin at 47 unless he get a rehydration clause. Devin said he don't want to do the rehydration clause, but at the same token, Devin don't have any other options because all of the guys that Devin particularly wants to fight are all taken up. Lewis Crockett is in a full fight tournament, so to speak. Um, Ryan and Tio is supposed to be lining up a fight, and he pulled out of the Rolly fight. So all of the fights that he pretty much wanted. I mean, then you got the Xander Zayas and Jerome Buzinas, they fighting. So all of the fights that he pretty much wanted, they all taken up right now.
yeah, I'm definitely with you. A shout out to Eddie, man. Appreciate you. Prize fighter in the building. Member of the channel. Appreciate you, bro. AC supported the channel in here. Shout out to AC. He said Shakur need to stop cloud chasing Shakur and build his own legacy and become undisputed at 130. Mm. I mean, if he can get the fights.
Who? Oshaki?
No shock. Yeah, he's saying no shocky. Yeah.
Man, I don't hear them saying that about anybody else.
Right.
Shakur calling out people, Devin calling out people, uh, T.O. calling out people, Ryan calling out people, everybody calling out somebody. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. They do it, why he can't do it?
And not only that, I think he actually wants to fight.
Yeah,
And
it's
he was
not
in
like
position to fight Shakur, and then they didn't make that happen.
yeah, it's not like he's calling out Shakur and then go make a fight with somebody else. He's calling out Shakur and say, "Hey, let's make this fight. I'm you telling me I gotta fight Raymond Ford in order to fight you? Bet, let's do it." He fighting Raymond Ford to get the fight with Shakur.
If you had to pick a winner in this full versus Foster, free, where you leaning? And my brother free moving around. Let me say this about this fight, and we're going you good, free. Um, I like this fight. I think this is a great fight for the sport of boxing, especially at the 130 weight class. Now, Osha it's probably gonna be a little more difficult because Navarrete has a mandatory obligation with Charlie Suarez. So Oshaki wasn't gonna be able to get that unification fight. Anto Kakasi has the WBA title. So that's kind of a that's kind of an interesting fight. I know they were talking about that. Raymond Ford was actually scheduled to fight Anto Kakasi, but they had kind of I believe Anto Takasi got injured, and then they moved Abraham Nova into that position. I just have to in this fight. I think it's a good fight. I just feel like Oshaki is just a proven fighter now. He's really shown that he can deal with different styles. Like he was able to neutralize and pretty much dominate Ray Vargas as an underdog. He also was able to bounce back. Robson is pretty tough. He pretty much beat him the first fight. Didn't get the decision. Came back the second fight. People thought it was a closer fight, but he got the decision. He also dominated Cool Boy Steph, who's a former unified champion. So it's looking as so Oshaki is really one of them guys. I feel like he has to be considered one of the top 25 best fighters in boxing. And is really, yeah, you gotta respect his craft because he's proven, man. He's proven. I mean, his skill set is really he has a standout skill set now for those weight classes. Because for one, he's durable. And oh, look at that Rocky Hernandez fight where he was fighting a tough Rocky Hernandez who had like a over 90% KO ratio. He had to defend his title in Mexico. Rocky had everything going for him, and really ultimately he pulled out the stoppage in the 12th round. Um, I did carry it. I did. Yeah, Cool Boy. I was leaning towards Cool Boy. I was saying that if Cool Boy was able to capture another title in another weight class, but he did. He was unified at 22, and then he became champion again at 26. So he's a two division champion, former unified champion, and he was looking to go for his third division, but he ran up against somebody who was a bigger, stronger, better athlete in Oshaki Foster. So Cool Boy, he still got an outside chance, I believe, to be a Hall of Famer. I know he's a Philadelphia Hall of Famer. But he probably got a little bit more work to do. Everybody with this Hall of Fame stuff, it's like, they'll let in Rocky, they'll let in, commentators and promoters and things like that. But let you get stopped one time by who they say is the best fighter of the generation, and all of a sudden now we're not gonna say you Hall of Fame. Okay. Okay. All he did was deal with Brandon Figueroa, who came and stopped Nick Ball, who's beloved in the UK. All he did was dominate him two times. And now all of a sudden we gonna act like ain't none of that happened. Okay. Go ahead, Free. What you think? Who you leaning towards in this Foster versus Ray Ford?
Oh, I mean, you already know it's false. I think Raymond Ford has a puncher's chance, but that's about it. I don't think Raymond Ford has enough skill set to outbox Oshaki. Uh, he it just I saw how he got outboxed by a much smaller guy in Nick Ball, and I'm like, okay, if you can get outboxed by a guy like Nick Ball, I don't give you much of a chance against a guy like Osaki Boston. I just don't. I mean, I gotta say, yeah, you had some comeback wins after that, but it still wasn't the top level opponents. Those guys were guys that would have lost to Nick Ball, lost to Oshaki Foster. I don't put them on the same level as those guys. So I just don't see Raymond Ford having much success with Oshaki Foster.
Nah, I'm with you. This is gonna be a totally different ball game for Ray Ford. But
Don't be
you know,
don't be shocked. Don't be shocked if you see Raymond Ford get wobbled a couple of times in this fight because he's gonna
mm,
have to force his way in, and Oshaki can't crack. So don't be shocked if Raymond Ford get wobbled.
yeah. Mm. Yeah, this is actually I mean, it beating like, let me say this. Yeah, he said he actually had Ray beating Nick Ball. Yeah, I did too. I did too. I thought he edged it, but it's always gonna be politics. When you leave it in the judge's hands, when you the away fighter, there's gonna be some politics in the sport of boxing. We know it all too well. We seen it time and time again.
I
Uh,
think Nick Ball was just a lot busier in that fight with Raymond Ford. Raymond Ford had some good moments in that fight. I just think Nick Ball was so busy in that fight that
yeah,
it was hard to score against him.
right. I'm with you. I thought Ray was landing the cleaner shots, but yeah, Nick Ball was had a lot of volume. He was going to Ray's body at times, and he was throwing combinations. So it was moments I thought Ray should have pushed him back a little bit more, and he just didn't get the job done at that 126 weight class. He just didn't have it, which is understandable. Which is understandable. That's why he moved up, and now we're gonna see if he can, land something devastating or be able to outwork Oshaki, which I can't see it. Um, well, for one, I believe he's the first champion that Matchroom and Eddie Hearn has built from the ground up. So that's a big deal. Being that well, yeah, from pro debut to championship. Yeah, from pro
No,
debut to championship.
that was AJ.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. You're right. You're right, Free. But well, American champion. My bad, Free. The first
Yeah,
American guy.
because I don't think Matchroom had Google Andra from the very beginning. I think that he signed to them later on.
Right, 1000%. Yeah, so that's why. And of course, because like when you see somebody grow up before your eyes, carry that's kind of a big deal. Like Devin being in the Mayweather gym and stuff like that. When you watch guys in these with these amateurs and watching the sparring footage when they was young and watch them grow up. Like watching Xander Zayas get signed at 16 to top rank, and now he became a unified champion. Those type of things kind of sit with you as a fan of the sport and an observer of boxing. And you see that these guys can naturally progress to world champion. There's nothing better than that. When you talk about being an observer of the sport. You want to always see growth and development out of people. And I think Ray, the Otterbeck fight, that was a tough fight. He dug deep and got a stoppage against Otterbeck to become a champion at 126. Came up a little bit short against Nick Ball, of course. Now this would be his second division fighting for a world title, and he has to fight O'Shaquie Foster. I mean, this is that that's pretty tough. But I mean, listen, this is the sport. That is you really not. You really shouldn't have a easy fight for a world title. You really should have to fight a champion or take the belt off a champion and be a world champion. So that's what Ray Ford is tasked to do. Foster is a great fighter, and Ray Ford is going to have to show us on that night of the fight, that he's a superior fighter, superior athlete. Um, can he do it? That's to be seen. I'm more so leaning Oshaki in this fight. I'd probably say 60-40 Oshaki right now. Um, yeah, probably about 60-40 Oshaki. Just off of the pedigree, the 12 rounds boxed, what he's shown, going up and through divisions now. I mean, because he was champion at he was champion at 130 and 135. If you really consider what he did with Fulton, but people gonna try to discredit it. But he's at least a two-time champion. They took his belt from him. He came back and got his belt back. That means something. To gather yourself to come back and say, "Oh, I was wronged." Want to get back, win the fight. That's a big deal. That shows that you have a supreme focus. You're not stuck on the past. You're looking to move forward and progress your career, and that's what he's doing. He's looking for the biggest fights, and Ray Ford is a good big fight. It's a good fight, not a big fight, but a good fight. A good fight for boxing fans. Salute to T Mac. What's happening, T Mac? Appreciate you pull up. Macy got Foster over 4. Shout out to my brother Juan Claudio. Make sure y'all lock in with Juan. Just as Juan. Follow Juan and also follow my brother D Free Sports Talk. We definitely growing. We know we building. Now, let me ask you this, Free. Let's pivot real fast, right? Let's pivot real fast. We got other news that Abdullah Mason is going to be back in the ring against Joe Cordina. And I believe they're doing this fight in Ohio, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Just talk about that if you can, Free. What's your thoughts on that? Let me get the date. Did you, if you have the date, put it out there, Free. But if not, I'm gonna grab the date real quick. What's your thoughts on Abdul? Well, hold on. My apologies, Free. My apologies. Let me bring Juan. What's going on, Juan?
Good.
Appreciate you, bro. Hey, before we move on to Abdullah versus Abdullah come fighting Joe Cordina. What's
Right.
your thoughts on the Foster versus Ford fight, man? And
Uh,
who you leaning towards in that matchup?
Foster, but this is a competitive matchup. I like Ford the way he fight. He's nice. But this is definitely a competitive matchup. It's just who has the more competitive engine, I guess, if you want to say that.
Now, I can see that. I definitely could see that. And like, if Foster gets the win over Ray Ford, do you want to see him versus Shakur?
Um, yeah, why not? I don't see why not. And better him than Lloyd Schofield, 'cause I know that's not going to be competitive.
Right, I'm definitely with you on that. 1000%. Let's pivot real quick, Juan and Freebie. Let's talk about this Abdullah Mason versus Joe Cordina. That's a pretty good fight. Pretty tough. Joe Cordina is a pretty tough customer. And T Mac said he has Olympic pedigree. He's no slouch. Yeah, he's no slouch at all. What are you expecting out of this matchup, Free, with Abdullah and Joe Cordina?
Um, I expect similar to what we saw with Sam Notes, but I think Abdullah Mason learned from that Sam Notes fight that he can make this fight a lot easier than um than what he had with Sam Notes. I mean, even though Sam Notes just kept coming, I think Abdullah Mason can make this fight a lot easier because Cordina is not so much of a inside fighter like Sam Notes is. He's more of a boxer. He will bang at times, but he's more of a boxer. But I just think with the reflexes, the footwork, and the hand speed of Abdullah Mason, I think he should be able to win this fight with Joe Cordina fairly easy. I wouldn't be surprised if he hurt Joe Cordina or possibly stop Joe Cordina. We've seen Joe Cordina get stopped at his last fight at 130 pounds. Um, so I wouldn't be surprised if Abdullah stops him. This is a good another notch under Abdullah belt, another former champion that he's getting in the ring with. So this is a good notch under his belt to better his resume, better his experience in the ring. So I like this fight for Abdullah Mason.
Yeah, and I see that this fight is actually going to be on July 4th in Ohio. So this is going to be a
Oh,
July
so
4th weekend. Yeah, it's going to be
we're
big.
gonna see some we're gonna see some fireworks for real.
1000%. Hey, it's gonna be a lit situation, and Joe Cordina is very solid. He could punch. So Abdullah's gonna be in. I think Abdullah's he got a tough test in front of him. Let me ask Juan. Let me bring you in, Juan. I know
Yeah.
you work. Talk about the matchup, Juan. You think there's gonna be a tough fight for Abdullah, or one he's able to get through pretty much easily?
He's going to get this pretty good. I'm not really impressed with Cordina. Yeah, he's got the Olympic pedigree and stuff like that, but it's just like Freestyle. He's more of a boxer. And you trying to box Abdullah, you're going to get hurt. I mean, you got to kind of like press him a little bit to see where he at. But like, I don't think Cordina is doing any of that. And I can't really sit here and say that he's a world beater because he's really not. I mean, to me, his best one is probably the what's the guy I thought I had it here the
Kanichi
yeah
Ogawa.
Kenichi yeah guy will
Hmm.
win. But I mean, besides that, I don't really think he that and he just got knocked out a couple fights ago. So it's not really like he a world beater. So I definitely think if he gets touching that chin, he definitely gonna go get put to bed.
Mm, I'm with you on that. That was man, that Anto Kakasi fight was crazy. When he hit him, I was just like, man, I was just tired of seeing that whole year. I was seeing Queensberry fighters do that. Um, Pop Smoke, David Adelaide did it against Jamie TKV. Um, my other guy, he did it in a fight. One of these at 140 pounds. I forget my get the kid's name, but he did it. These dudes, they be punching on the break, man. You got to protect yourself at all times, especially against Queensberry. But now, Joe Cordina, he's a matchroom fighter, so we don't have to worry about that. Abdullah Mason, he's a clean fighter. He's durable. We never seen him do anything outside of the rules so far in his career, and he's really been putting BTA a
Yeah,
lot
he
of
got fight.
BTA. So, I mean, Abdullah is looking like a really a prime fighter. Now he's only 21 years of age. Free. Do you feel like he's being moved? I mean, he's at the championship level right now. Do you see? Do you feel like that? What are your thoughts on him being so young, taking these fights? Is it just par for the course, or do you feel like there's they might have to slow him up or something like that, or can they not slow him up now that he's a champ?
Nah, I mean, I like it. I mean, we can't be on both sides of the spectrum because when it came to Xander Zayas, people said, "Oh, Xander Zayas not fighting nobody." Now it's Abdullah Mason like, "Oh, the guy too tough." Nah, I like what they're doing with Abdullah Mason. He's been stepping up his level of opponents in every single fight he's been getting in, as of late. So nah, I think they moving him as a steady pace. I think they probably will slow it down if they see him struggle. Right now, we haven't seen Abdullah Mason struggle. He has some tough fights, but we haven't seen him struggle. So I think what they're doing right now is great for Abdullah Mason and his experience and his pedigree. I think they doing him just fine. And like I said, until we see him actually struggle and we see him actually I mean outside of that one fight where he got knocked down twice, we haven't really seen Abdullah Mason lose any rounds. I mean, even the Sam Notes fights, I think I gave Sam Notes one round. I think. I don't even know if I gave Sam Notes a round. I gotta go back and look at my scorecard, but I think I might have gave Sam Notes one round out of that entire fight. So we haven't really seen Abdullah Mason lose any rounds. So like I said, until they see him struggle, I think they're going to keep pushing the envelope.
He's good though, cause you gotta kind of understand though. He gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kerry just said he took a lot of punishment. He took a lot of unnecessary punishment. So I think I don't know. He's just I don't know. You gotta wait and see what he actually becomes. Because again, this kid's only what 22, 23. So we gotta see what he actually becomes as it further goes down the line. 'Cause he's so young. He has so much room to grow. Like there's things in his repertoire that I know that he hasn't shown. So it's like, I know that, he hasn't really peaked yet. So that's why I'm not really worried about like who he fights now. The same thing with Xander. I mean, like, yeah, he's fighting boots, but it's like, it's just either you can grow from it or you can crumble under the pressure of it. So you know what I'm saying? These young fighters, you know what I'm saying, doing what they need to do is coming in and fight.
Yeah. My only thoughts about it was is that he's definitely young in his career. He got a lot of longevity uh available to him in the sport just based on his skill set. But like you're saying, he definitely kind of he definitely likes to rumble. So he's gonna put himself in a firefight 9 times out of 10. And we could see with Sam Noakes. Sam Noakes was able to get in there and land clean headshots, a lot of clean headshots against Sam Noakes. And Sam Noakes, he really hadn't fought to that level. His best opposition was Jan Mindy before that matchup. And so Joe Cordina is definitely going to be a stiffer competition to me. I know Sam Noakes got a lot of acclaim for the Abdullah Mesa performance, but he fought a 21-year-old, you know what I'm saying, as a fully grown 29-year-old man. And Abdullah still almost got him out of there, but he was durable, he was fit, he was hungry. And yeah, I believe he probably won about 4 rounds in that fight. It was probably like an 8-4 type of fight. Sam Noakes, he put together a valiant effort. But Abdullah Mason just showed that he's really nice, man. He's got skills. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Juan. Out of the young fighters right now that you can cut off the top of your head, who are the most impressive fighters under 25 for you right now?
Dula, Vander, Emiliano. Uh, what's that kid's name? That
Scooter Davis is 24.
yeah, Scooter. Amir Anderson. The kid is
I mean,
nice.
listen, yeah, he was nice. He's nice.
Amari
Um,
Jones is nice.
Mari,
Omari is
yeah,
super nice.
yeah.
Um,
Moses Tama.
yeah. Well,
Hmm.
Thomas, nice, bro. The only criticism I have with him though, he fights in spurts, bro. It's like it's weird. Like you be seeing him, he be just chilling. Like he just chill and then he'll fight, and then he'll chill and then he'll fight, and then he'll chill and then he'll fight. But it's just like it works for him because his athleticism is stupid. So like, yeah, bro, he nice. He can fight. Under 25, Jesus Christ. What's that
That's
lightweight?
good. That's
No, the lightweight that Top Rank has. What's his name?
he's a 135 pounder.
Yeah, I believe so. What's his
I
name?
don't, the youngest one I just seen him sound with Scooter, but um,
Yeah, he's not. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of dudes that are under
how good you
25 that
think
can fight.
Walma gonna be?
Nah, he ain't gonna be that good. He gonna be all right, but he ain't gonna be that
Okay,
good.
okay. Um, it's a lot of we got a lot of good. And shout out to Pugilism pulling up. Yeah, he said thanks not here for keeping the DB3 Norfolk Scope fight cards alive. I'm with you on that because a bigger name, Keyshawn is going to be in New York or in Vegas. So
See, but what the
I'm
thing with
100% with you.
Carmel, you see, but the thing with Carmel though is he's got to fight competition. That's my thing. But he got to start fighting competition because a lot of these other dudes, they're starting to kind of like step it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah,
you just got to fight your competition.
right. Right, I'm with you on that. And Camille, I mean, he got the physical traits. I think Camille,
Yeah, his
is a
son.
good fighter. And shout out to Robert Merriweather III and Troy Nash. They doing good things. Tony Hirsch just aired Robert Merriweather, but that was a tough fight and that was a learning lesson. I think Robert Merriweather III, the King Rob, he'll be back. He'll be back. He'll be better from that experience for
Yeah.
sure. Let me bring in Free. Free, if you hear me, what's your thoughts on the like the current state of under 25 fighters? Who's impressing you right now?
Um, right now, only really two of them jumps off the screen at for me, and that's Abdullah and Moses. I think, um, I think the other guys like Scooter Davis and those guys, they haven't done enough yet for me to say these guys are impressive. I think they still got a lot of work, but Moses and Abdullah Mason, they jump off the screen for me because of how young they are, and they was able to get in there with veterans and make easy work out of veterans. So that's why those are the only two that really jumps off the screen for me.
What about Xander? Free, the people in the chat they want to know why not Xander?
Xander Xander, he's good, but he hasn't really been in there with a veteran yet that I could say, okay, yeah, you know what, Xander is one of those dudes. He hasn't been in one of those guys yet. So I it's still a lot to see from Xander. I think Xander is very good, but until I see him in there with a guy like Jerome Buzinis, a guy like Sebastian Frendor or Virgil Ortiz, or even one of the older guys, and I see him make easy work, or he showed me that he's a better fighter than those guys. I can't put Xander in there as impressive. I think Xander's very good, but I wouldn't say he's impressing me because what I've seen Xander do, I expected him to do what he did. With those guys that he's been in the ring with, I expected Xander Zayas to win. Like with Sam Notes, there was a question: is Abdullah going to be able to stand up to Sam Notes' power? Is he going to be able to uh, beat Sam Notes? With Moses, there was a question: was Moses going to be able to stop Jermaine Franklin? Was he going to be able to make easy work out of Dillian White? And he did that. So when I see a young guy that's my bad with the win, when I see a young guy in there with the veterans and they able to do that, that's what impresses me.
I'm with you on that,
28,
free. Yeah, I got to check the age of David Morrell. I think David Morrell, he
28.
may
David
still
David
be like
David Morrell David
about
Morrell
24.
27. He 27.
No, he's
Oh
28.
wow.
He just turned 28.
Oh, 28. Okay. I knew he was older because he fought when him and David Benavidez fought, they was both like 26, 27 at that time.
Mm-hmm. No,
Oh
I
okay.
think I think Benavidez a little older than him though.
Yeah. They was right around the same age, but I forgot which one was older, but they was right around the same age. But I know he was definitely over 25.
He about 40. He about 40.
now, now let's talk about the other fight that was on that list. And shout out to Top Rank Boxing, and whoever they doing co-promoters with, whether that be Matchroom or whoever, because these some good fights. We got Keyshawn versus Nahir Albright rematch.
He got that
Talk
rematch.
about that fight. Real quick. Let's start on that fight. I see Coach pulling up on us. Appreciate you, Coach. Um, Coach, how you feeling today? Let's bring you in before we move on. What's going on, Coach?
I'm good, brother. Salute to the panel. Salute to everybody. That D free on the panel. Who else we got?
That's
Juan. Okay,
Juan.
I got you. Yeah, man. What's good, brother? Yeah, I want to answer that question about the youngins, man.
Yeah, talk to us about under 25. Break it down.
Yeah. So yeah, of course, Adula Mason, man. I like how that young kid rumble, man. That kid get in there, he get the job done. He do got a little couple holes he need to tighten up, but all in all, he likes to bang. He likes to get in there and get it in. Of course, Moses, same thing. They kind of compared him to a young Iron Mike, and he's looking like it. I gotta be honest, man. That kid's going out there. He's doing the same thing Mike did. Getting these guys that are a little bit maybe a little bit older, getting them out of there. He's not letting them hang around. Mike did the same thing with guys like Trevor Burbick. He did the same thing with Pinklin Thomas. And he did the same thing with a lot of those guys. Mike didn't really struggle till he fought guys like Tony Tucker and all those guys, and another brother that he
Because of
fought,
because of the size
tall guy.
discrepancy. Yeah, I think the size discrepancy. That's what's kind of like
Yeah,
got to
that
Mike
yeah,
though.
that's what got the Mike. Yeah, when he fought Tony, there's another brother with a Jerry curl. I can't remember the brother's name, but he gave Mike some
Mike
work
Mitch
too.
Green,
Yeah,
Mitch
Mitch
Green.
Green. Yeah, but it's a bunch of big guys. But it's another guy. I like Adam Azim, man. I
He's
think he's
nice.
somebody
He
that
can fight. I think
watch
he
out
gonna get
for.
knocked out though. He gonna get knocked out though. I think he nice, but
Well,
he gonna get knocked out. He gonna get put to sleep
yeah,
too.
he could be another Amir Khan or maybe a Prince Nassim, but he does have a lot of skills, man. I mean, he's fast. He's 5'10". He's got a lot of reach, a lot of range. Seems to have a pretty decent power, but he is a pros. Well, he's 23 years old. I think he's 23, so he's in that same group. Well, these guys have room to grow. You know what I mean? Like what he did to Kurt Scooby. Man, I ain't saying Kurt Scooby is like this this world beater, but he handled him pretty easy, man. He beat the brakes off him, and that's one of those guys. I think he's gonna have a future. If he stays the course, because you can all mix these guys up, and I think just him being at that height. Just having that height, that speed, and that power he's going to present a problem. Anytime you got somebody tall, that's fast, can punch, it always present some type of problem. No matter what, it's a puzzle you got to figure out. You know what I mean? But yeah, all three of those guys, I like those guys. I'm not. I don't think even Floyd Schofield. I mean, a lot of times he's a young kid, man, and a lot of times we try to overlook him because his dad, does kind of turn a lot of people off. But the kid, he can fight. He makes some mistakes like any young fighter, but he can fight.
Absolutely, absolutely, 1,000%. Now, with that being said, we got some good news, Coach, with Shaki Foster. He's going to defend his WBC 130 title against Raymond Ford. They're going to do it in Houston, Texas, on May 30th. Talk to us about that matchup, Coach Eddie. What you feel? Who do you feel like has the edge, or who you lean towards winning that fight?
Man, that's a pick'em fight right there, man. Now, truly, I can truly say that, in my opinion, that's a 50-50 right there, man, because both guys can fight, man. I know Raymond Ford, I think he picked up a loss. They fight at 130, they fight at 135.
Yeah, this gonna be for the 130
Okay.
championship WBC.
Because Raymond, he lost to the little short white dude. What's that dude's
Yeah,
name?
Nick Ball.
Yeah, that's at 126, right? I think he moved up after that, if I
That
remember
was yeah.
correctly.
He moved up after that. Yep, that was his one
Yeah,
title
yeah.
defense.
Yeah, that's one of Eddie Hearn's guys. This should be a good fight, man. Way Sharp been looking, no, Sharp been looking good, man. He knows how to use that range. He boxes good, boxes well, works behind the jab, lets his hands go. This should be a really good fight, man, because both guys want to fight each other. That's what makes the fight good right there. Both guys got something to prove. Been a lot of back and forth, in the media, back and forth with each other. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. So now it's time to put up a shut up, man. A lot of time, most of the time, those make good fights, man. When you got guys who are hungry, got something to prove, and trying to break into that next level right there. This is a good opportunity. Both guys, it's a good name for whoever wins. If Ford wins, Shocky's a good name, and vice versa. If Shockey wins, Ford's a good name. So it's an evenly matched fight. I think the fans are gonna win off that one.
Absolutely. I think it's a big deal. It's good for the fans, man. We need now the UK, they always be whining and crying and complaining about we don't have enough domestic dust ups in America. They say that we be allowing our guys to fight other people and beat up other people, but we don't mix it up. So we did get Shakur versus Tio, so they could stop whining. Now we getting Oshaki Foster versus Ray Ford, and we'll get other fights coming through. Now,
But that's
let
this is
me.
what I'm saying though. When dudes lose, they not scared to lose no more. Like Ray
Mhm.
Ford lost to and I don't even think he was scared to lose though. I think he just wants to fight, bro. A lot of these dudes they don't want to fight, bro. That's the problem.
Mhm. Yeah, but see, that's always they trying to be Mayweather. They wanna reach that ultimate height. And when you TBE, when you say I'm TBE, if you pushing every day to be the best, shoot, you got to be unblemished like TBE. Now, whether you reach that pinnacle one, whether they reach that goal, uh, at the end of the day, it's gonna be based off the people, because you have a lot of people that say Manny Pacquiao's the GOAT, irregardless of what happened with the Mayweather fight. So I'm with you on these guys got to get in there, put it all on the line. And when they win these fights, or when they make these big fights, the fans is gonna love you, irregardless if you got a loss or two. Nobody cares about that. The fans care about, did you give us the best fights and the biggest fights? But I feel like they want to do that, to try to be Mayweather. Let me ask you this one while we here. What you think about Nahir Albright going back to Norfolk after they had the scuffle? He beat Kelvin. They have a minor scuffle. He was at, it wasn't nothing major to get anybody charged or anything, which is a good thing. But after coming off the draw with Frank Martin, what chances do you give Nahir Albright to beat Keyshawn Davis in Norfolk?
No, no, he's gonna.
I'm gonna come back to you, Juan.
No, this ain't gonna be good, bro. That ain't gonna be good.
He said it ain't gonna be good for him. Hopefully they do 10 or 12 rounds this time.
Nah, he won't just not even gonna he's gonna cut it up. He's on the
We can't hear you, Juan.
he's on the mission.
Yeah, he is. Especially after what he did to Jermaine. I feel you on that. Free. What you like that fight for Nahir Albright and Keyshawn going back to Norfolk, or do you feel like that's a fight that Nahir might not be he might get stopped this go round?
Um, he could get stopped. Um, but it also can be a fight where it can be a trap fight
Yeah.
because Keyshawn Davis can go in there with a lot of emotion and mess around and get caught with a shot. So I would favor Keyshawn Davis to win that fight, but I also look at it as it could be a trap because if Keyshawn go in there with a lot of emotion, trying to put on a show for the fans and knock Naive out, we got to remember Naive gave Keyshawn his toughest fight to date. Everybody said that was a tough fight for Keyshawn, even though Keyshawn got a majority decision. They still said that was his toughest fight. So Naive is not he's not a walk through the park. So I will be on my P's and Q's if I was Keyshawn going into that fight.
The majority of people free, they remember that Nahir Albright had landed that big shot on Keyshawn. So that's what they kind of say that he gave Keyshawn his biggest test. Now that Madueno fight was a good back and forth fight for Keyshawn too. That was a dirt like a rugged, like a rugged back and forth type of fight. Even though, Keyshawn was edging the rounds. I think he was edging the rounds with Nahir too. I just feel like these guys is going to be competitive because they're kind of the same size. And Albright is got a lot of good length to him. In the ring as far as like
They
his
were saying
reach,
that
his
dude had
distance, his range.
they saying that dude had something in the system though. Adreno,
Oh,
whatever his name is.
Madueno, he failed the test for the Keyshawn fight.
I think so. Either that or they
Okay.
said that he felt like he was on some roids.
Hmm. Well, you never know. You never know with this, Coach. What's your thoughts on the Keyshawn Nahir Albright fight? And them going back to Norfolk with it. Do you feel like that's a good fight?
I mean, maybe it's not the fight that we asked for because since Keyshawn was on the tour calling out everybody, he called out Darren, he called out Richardson Hitchson, he called out Pitbull. I think he called me out too in the process. You know what I'm saying? So he called out everybody, and we got Albright. I'm pulling for Albright, man. I want Albright to win. I like upsets, man. I like upsets.
Mm. You like the
I have.
upset? Okay,
Yep.
Coach.
I say I want. I like upset. I don't have any
Oh, okay.
emotional attachments to any of these fighters today. Only guy I really rock with that I really want to see what do well, as far as I can say, like I'm a true fan of, is probably like Boots. Like I want Boots to go on and do other things, great things. I'm not saying that I hate the other guys or like want them to do bad or something, but like you always got like almost like a favorite fighter. Right now, Boots is my favorite fighter. Him and Adula Mason. I like those guys, man. I like
Yo,
Keyshawn too. I tune in when he fight, but I like Albright too. I
real
think
quick, question.
Albright.
Ain't Brian Norman 23 or
You know
24 or
what?
something like that?
We
Yeah,
forgot
yeah, I
all
think
about
Brian
him.
Norman.
He
Yeah,
is a
Brian
youngin'.
Norman
Yep.
is under 25. Yeah.
Yep.
Shout
Yeah,
out to
Brian
D
Norman
Norman.
nice. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guys like that. I like to see guys, that people kind of, count out or say they don't have a chance. I like to see them pull off a victory every now and then because it's good for the sport, man. It brings everybody back to reality, man. You know what I mean? Every now and then you get an upset, shake things up, and it kind of makes justification that sometimes you have to make fights that maybe they're not the marquee name, or they may not have a belt, or they may not be a household name. But I just like to see guys get an opportunity to do something. And when a guy gets an opportunity and seizes the moment, to me, that's a beautiful thing. That's what boxing is all about. It embodies boxing where you get an opportunity, you go in there and win when nobody thinks you can. That's a good part about boxing.
Yeah, and I think if he does win, bro, and he get that kid he definitely gonna be on top of the world. I just don't think he is gonna win. That's the sad part about it. He is a nice dude. He can fight. I like him. But he just not gonna win.
What you want to see next? Speaking of that, for Norman Jr., Coach, do you want to see him maybe fight a Tiger Johnson, or do you is there another matchup like a Blair Cos? What do you want to see next for B Norman?
Man, I like to see him get a name, brother. Not saying that going and fighting any of the other guys are going backwards, but if it's good enough for T.O., if T.O. can hop right back in the title shot, why can't he? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, give us T.O. I think they were trying to make that fight at one time. So yeah, I want T.O. Because really, I just want to see T.O. get knocked out, and I feel like Brian Normal could knock him out. I think that's a good matchup, but other than that, yeah, Brett Blair Cobb, that's a kind of stay busy fight. Not no shade to Blair Cobb, but I think Brian Norman he need to really, make sure that he's fighting guys that have some type of profile right now. If he wants to continue, going upwards and stay in that conversation, of the Devons, and Shakurs and guys like that up in that upper echelon and the Garcias and stuff like that, the TOs, he need to make sure that he's fighting worthy, credible opponents they have a namesake.
Yeah, I definitely can agree with that. It's gonna be interesting because Tiger John. I mean, when y'all heard Bernie when he was on the show, he did say for Tiger Johnson that the Norman Jr. fight is the fight they want. So that was kind of interesting. Do you feel like Juan? What do you think about that Tiger Johnson versus Norman Jr. matchup? My brother Juan probably working free. What's your thoughts on the Tiger Johnson versus Brian Norman?
I like that. I like that
Okay.
fight. It's a good crossroads fight,
Um,
whatever if you want to call it.
that's a very interesting fight. Um,
Yeah.
because we know Brian Norman is a big puncher. We know Tiger Johnson is more of a boxer. Um, it, I kind of don't like the fight for Tiger Johnson right now because Brian Norman is trying to redeem himself, and Tiger Johnson might be the person. Oh, there you go. Tiger Johnson might be the person that's in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Yeah. Yeah, we might okay, yeah, we might have to try to get that Norman Jr. versus Rohan Polanco or something like that.
Nah,
We're gonna
because even then they like Smoke said they have money behind that kid, so it's not like they have money behind like Norman, especially like Norman because I know like people are gonna say
yeah,
take this wrong, but they threw him into the wolves when they let him fight, the so they're not gonna have somebody that I know they're investing into because if you're investing into this kid to have a slugfest with Tiger, then you're not gonna have him fight Brian Norman, where it's more than likely that he could get knocked out.
yeah. It's a log jam though at 140 and 147 with Top Rank. These guys they gotta find a way to mix it up. Now, Tiger Johnson, he got sent to Pro Box and he upset Nicholas Floss as an underdog. So, and Nicholas Floss, he was doing great work. He was beating guys. He beat Jahad Tucker. So the fact that he overcame that test, he already beat Boca Chica. I don't know. Is Tiger Johnson gonna fight Quentin Randall now? If he don't get the Rohan fight, so we just gotta see.
I don't know. I would say you give him somebody like a Quentin Randall, but I wouldn't toss him in there when like not a Brian Norman because it's like again like Free said, if you throw him in there with Brian Norman, and especially now knowing that Brian Norman going in there with like Ronnie Shields, an actual really really good coach. Not saying that his dad wasn't a really really good coach, got him to a point where he became a world champion. Not saying that. But I'm saying that like somebody that can refine his tools to what it kind of fits good, like the positioning of them two being together right there that's a really good fit, and it's like you know that Ronnie's gonna have him prepared. Yeah, bro. Like it's not a it's not a like fight you like entertain right now. Like you entertain it down the road, see what he looks like after a couple fights with Ronnie, but it's not like something that you do right now. You don't know what you're getting with Brian right now.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be hungry though, man, to right that wrong because a lot was said and a lot was before the Devin Haney fight and the way the Haney fight played out. What was your thoughts on that, Coach? Just as far as Norman Jr., now he's not gonna be with Norman Senior as his lead trainer anymore. Do you feel like his career is going to improve from here? And I was always on record believing that he was going to be at least a two-time champion at welterweight. Do you still see that in his future, Coach? Do you believe Brian Norman has those skills to be a two-time champion?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like I say, sometimes you learn more from your losses. So I'm pretty sure that Devin fight, he learned a lot in that fight. So I can look for him to be a lot better, uh, be more defensively sound, and also just taking from that experience. He probably learned a few tricks from Devin Haney when he was in the boxing ring with him. Like basically, you don't have to knock out everybody. You can box your way to a victory. And him being with Ronnie Shields being a former fighter himself and having trained, a lot of great fighters, from Mike Tyson to David Morrell to the Charlos, and the list goes on. Ronnie Shields worked with a lot of fighters. I think he worked with Vernon Forrest. Him and Tommy Brooks used to work hand in hand together when they were working with Holyfield. Ronnie had a lot of experience, man, and Brian's gonna be a lot better fighter in this fight. I know the pressure's gonna be on because they're gonna want him to perform, and I think whoever they match him up with is gonna be that type of maybe showcase type of fight to show that hey, I am back with my new trainer. Because that's usually what they do when you get a new trainer. They'll usually find you are pretty much a layup. You know what I mean? Just to make you look good, make your trainer look good, and get back on the wagon. But I think if he keeps it up, he's able to capture some belts. Maybe we can see a rematch down in the in the future between him and Devin. Because if you look at the fight, I mean Devin won the fight, but he didn't like destroy him. You know what I mean? He was just like a day late and a dollar short. So if he goes back and rebuilds himself, and yeah, I could definitely see him and Devin doing a rematch.
Yeah, that would be interesting. The reason why I said that I'm talking about specifically Top Rank at 147 carry because it looks like they have plans for Rohan Polanco, Tiger Johnson, and Brian Norman Jr. And all of those guys is fighting at 147. So ideally, they don't want them to knock each other off. They want to put those guys in position to be world champion. Now, if they know somebody, maybe have one fight left with them or whatever, then y'all know what happens with that. They might, put him in tough. But yeah, I just don't feel like they're gonna try to mix those guys up, unfortunately. And then like even at like 140, you got even at 140, you got Lindolfo Delgado, you got Emiliano Vargas. Um, it was more guys at 140, I feel like, but now a few guys have moved up, like Rohan moved up to 47. We just got to see. I like the fact that we got matchroom and top rank fighters going up against each other now. Now we have the Abdul, I know he was the mandatory, but Joe Cordino versus Abdullah. Then we got Ray Ford, who's a matchroom fighter fighting Oshaki Foster, who's with top rank. So we definitely are going to get some action between Matchroom and Top Rank, which is good for boxing. Now, pugilism, you brought up Kelvin Davis real quick. Shout out to Norfolk, shout out to DB3. Kelvin Davis is actually gonna be fighting Peter Dobson, Pistol Pete Dobson, on this card that's coming up for I believe it's May 16th, but let me check the exact date on the Keyshawn Davis card. And I'm gonna go through the fights, and we're gonna also talk about the fights that's coming up this weekend before we kind of, and before we close the show, we're going to definitely talk about some of these fights coming up. Let me see here. I want to see the date on this. Okay, yeah, Keyshawn Davis going to be May 16th. Okay, it is May 16th. So Kelvin Davis versus Pistol Pete. That's going to be a tough fight for Kelvin. That's gonna be a tough fight for Kelvin. I'm surprised they went with Pistol Pete. Maybe they went up with him for name recognition. Um, but it also is a fight that if Kelvin Davis can come on the other side of with a victory, then he's definitely put himself in position at 147, right? Because but it only gets tougher from there. Like if you beat Pistol Pete, then you be going to see you against Boca Chica. We're gonna want to see you against Quinn Randall. Those are not easy fights. Those are definitely tough fights. 1000%.
So did you have that conversation with people about like
You muffle one.
hold on, my phone.
Okay, I thought one was talking to us. Now they saying it's supposed to be a 147 carry. Now if Kelvin move if it's at 154, that means Kelvin will be moving up two weight classes because he just fought at Nahir Albright at 140. So that would be a pretty significant
Yeah,
jump.
yeah. Pistol Pete,
Right now?
he's a 147-pound fighter. They've been having him fight at 54 because he's a B side, but he's 100. I mean, he's a 147-pound fighter.
Okay. Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he definitely did. Well, Nahir Albright did Frank dirty. He almost he had Frank hurt, bad at back in the back end of that fight. Kelvin, he hit Kelvin with some big shots. Kelvin wasn't that hurt. Kelvin was never out on his
You
feet.
hear me
Like,
good
yeah, oh,
now?
I hear you, man. Yeah, you good. Come through, talk to us.
Yeah, no, I think he has a talent though. I think this dude, he just I don't know, bro. Like the talent fluctuation at that weight, like 47. Like even people be like, oh, he has a chance to fight Dev at a rematch. I don't even know if Dev's gonna take the rematch because Dev gets a belt, becomes unified, or then he fights any of the other champions. He probably just most likely will move up because they're gonna probably try to deny him undisputed in it because that's what he's really kind of looking like aiming for. Like besides the Ryan rematch, that's what he's kind of looking to aim for. Is like, let me get another undisputed. Let's see where I can, I can do. If I can get the unified, then that's fine. But you probably move up by then.
I'm with you. And just for the record, earlier I was thinking about my guy Jack Rafferty, who's now moved up to 147. Last year he fought Corey O'Regan and clipped him on the break, and he, Corey pretty much was hurt, wasn't able to recover fully, and ended up getting stopped. But Corey was really outboxing him. Jamie TKV was outboxing. Um, Pop Smoke, David Adelaide before he, I clipped him on the break, and we seen the same thing with Anto Kakasi versus Joe Cordina. So I don't know if those guys are being coached that way. I don't know what Queensbury had going on, but that was just a lot happening. When you watching a fight and you like clean boxing, and then you see guys winning, and then next thing you know, they get clipped on the break, and then they the fight pretty much over after that. It's like, dang, like hold on now, you just turned the tide crazy, but that's boxing for you. You definitely got to protect yourself at all times. Now, let me just run through these real quick because we kind of about everything that's coming up this weekend so that we can get like kind of an idea um of what to expect. All right, y'all. So let's start off in Japan. We're gonna start off in Japan. Juan Francisco Estrada, he's gonna be fighting Tenshin Nasukawa. Um Kazuki Takami is back. He's fighting Angel Ayala. Okay, yeah, they got a good card over there. After that, Vito Melanecki, he's back this weekend, y'all. He's fighting Omar Ulysses Huerta, and that's gonna be on Pro Box. So Vito is back. Jan Marcos is fighting Dwight Fleming Jr. That's gonna be a good fight. Both of those guys are undefeated. That's gonna be in Atlantic City, New Jersey on Pro Box, April 11th. Also on April 11th, y'all know we have the Netflix special Tyson Fury versus Arslan Bekmambetov. That's gonna be a good fight. Makhmudov is coming off of the decision win over the White Rhino, the Doncaster De La Hoya, Dave Allen. Now, also on that undercard, we got Conor Ben versus Regis Prograis. Jamie TKV is back versus Richard Riakporhe, and then Frazier Clark versus Justice Hooney. We know Justice Hooney was outboxing Fabio Worley before he got hit with a big punch and stopped by Fabio. I believe it was a 10th round. So Justice Hooney is back versus Frazier Clark. Now that's a good card. Netflix put together a decent card. I like that card. Got three heavyweight fights and then son of a legend Conor Ben. Also on pay-per-view.com, Thriller and Bash TV, they fighting in Las Vegas. Brandon Adams is back. Now it's interesting that they put Brandon Adams on pay-per-view. Now, isn't this funny, y'all? Brandon Adams is that much of a fan favorite. I know he's from Cali and he's got a lot of love. A lot of people love Brandon Adams. They got Brandon Adams on pay-per-view. I love that. Versus Kami and Ayarko. It would be nice to be the zone pay-per-view so it could be included in our zone subscription. But you know, everything ain't always what we want, right? But at least Brandon Adams is back. Hopefully he gets a lot of support for his fight. It's gonna be a busy Saturday, so it's gonna be tough. I think it's gonna be extremely tough for get people to buy that fight. Based on Vito fighting on Pro Box that same day. Um, and then Tyson Fury fighting on Netflix that same day. But maybe at night that night on Saturday night, tune in to Brandon Adams fight. On Friday, Theophilus Aladi, the African fighter, I believe he fights at smaller weight classes. He's a good fighter. He's fighting on the zone on Friday, April 10th. Then Pro Box is back again. So Pro Box has two events this upcoming weekend. On Friday, they're gonna be in Newark, New Jersey. They're gonna have Herbert Conseao Sosa fighting Johan Gonzalez. So that should be a decent scrap. And William Foster III is on the undercard. Raul Garcia is fighting Francisco Vedon on the undercard. So that's gonna be pretty decent. I like that. Pro Box is really getting to it. Um, then on Thursday, y'all, it's the IBF. The IBF title was on the line. The IBF super middleweight title was on the line. Osley Iglesias is back. He's fighting Pavel Selguin. That's gonna be a good fight. They're fighting over in Montreal, Canada. This will be on the zone. So finally, we'll get to see Osley Iglesias, right? Finally, we'll get to see this brother on the zone. We'll get to see him. Now, I've seen a few of his fights. He's very strong, durable guy. Got a lot of front foot pressure. Likes to let his hands go with big shots. He can work the body. So this would be good. So we got fights on Thursday on the zone with Iglesias that we're gonna have to watch. Little boy Don will be back, and then we also have Pro Box on Friday, back on the zone, and Netflix on Saturday, and Pro Box again on Saturday with Vito. So we it's looking good for us. So another exciting weekend in the sport of boxing. Um, let's talk about Fury, man. Let's talk about Fury for a little bit while we here. Coach Eddie, kick us off with this Fury conversation. What's your thoughts on him fighting Makhmudov? Do you feel like this is a winnable fight for Makhmudov?
Yeah, I think it's a winnable fight. With Fury, I think he's a little bit past it, and he should definitely. He's the favorite in this fight, and rightfully so. Mahmoudov, he has had some losses. I know he was they were trying to make him out to be this big, grizzly bear type of guy. Then I think he got stopped by Agate Cabiel. I think that kind of showed everybody where he was at, and he got stopped again by what's the other guy he lost to? I know he got two losses.
Oh yeah, he
Freaking
got Guido. Guido beat him. Guido
Guido,
stopped him.
Guido, yeah, Guido outboxed him. So it seems like to me that this guy right here, he looks big and scary, but I'm gonna question. I'm gonna question his heart in that Guido fight. In the Agate Cabiel fight, I just think he got his guts beat in. You know what I mean? He was hitting with the body shots and folded him up. He couldn't take it no more. The Guido fight, it seemed like he kind of quit, so to speak, in that fight. He got a lot to give at him. So yeah, Tyson Fury probably wind up stopping this guy, man.
I could see that, especially if we get a in shape, hungry Tyson Fury. Not the Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. And that's the only thing I'm concerned about. I think he's going to be motivated. I believe he's going to be motivated. And we saw what a lot of us that watched the fight saw what Dave Allen was able to do with Makhmudov. He was able to neutralize Makhmudov in a lot of ways. And land big shots. Now, Dave, he kind of, I don't believe he was in the best shape for Mahmoudov, so he couldn't do what he needed to do to get the win. But he did expose some of the flaws in Mahmoudov. Mahmoudov cannot get his head off the line at all. So this is going to be, his head is going to be right there to get hit.
D3. Mike Rudolph is that's the one that be cracking his neck a lot.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, okay, all right. Yeah,
Yeah, the one that Agate stopped to the body.
I think this is a showcase fight for Tyson Fury. Like you said, Matt Rudolph, he doesn't get his head off the line. He doesn't have very good footwork. He's just a puncher, and he has a very good
Hey, Free, you went out on us. Shout out to Vacay Bay. Appreciate you pulling up, Vay. Yeah, Free went out on me, y'all. I think Free went out on us as well, on everybody. Carrier said Makhmudov is the only unskilled Russian boxer I've ever seen. Okay, everybody. Okay, Free did went out on everybody. Okay, cool. I was just making sure. Shout out to Bruce Gas pulling up. Appreciate y'all pulling up. We definitely an hour in, 111 in on the clock. Appreciate all the support. Please tap the like button, hit the follow, help the channel grow, support the channel. We here 5 days a week. We definitely working. Appreciate all the members of the channel. Let's keep building this thing out. And Big Dog Willie, man, where you at, man? Pull up, Big Dog Willie. Where you at? Now, Coach Eddie, man, until we get free back, Coach Eddie, talk about Conor Ben this weekend, man. Are you surprised that he's pulling up Regis Prograis from 140? And do you feel like Regis is going to give him a good fight? Talk about that.
Nah, man, this is a showcase fight, man. That's all this is. This is cause this is Zuffa fight. This is a Zuffa fight, right? Zuffa boxing.
Nah, it's on Netflix.
Oh yeah, yeah. Showcase, man. That's all it is. This fight, Conor Ben probably gonna get this guy out of here in 4 rounds, man. Yeah, Regis, he's past it. He's way past it, man. Yeah, Regis gonna get beat up, man. He's undersized, moving. Yeah, he's an undersized fighter. Been through it a little long in the tooth. What Regis, 37, almost 38 years old. Yeah, Conor Ben, he's gonna obliterate this guy. If he doesn't obliterate him, I'd be very surprised. So to me, like I said, it's a showcase fight just to introduce Conor Ben maybe to the North American public. Try to gain some fans or whatever. You know how they do with the fighters, man. They try to prop them up, make them look a certain way. So they got to find the right opponent, and Regis fit the bill, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, Regis is 37, Coach. Does Conor Ben have championship potential to you? Do you foresee him being a future world champion in the sport? Can you find a champion at 147 or 154 that Conor Ben can beat?
Oh yeah, man, yeah, he definitely has championship potential because like 147 division, right now Devin is the top guy at 147. I think everybody would agree with that. But every other fight, that's a winnable fight for him. You put him in with Ryan, that's a winnable fight. Rolly, and who else? Who's the other guy that got the belt at 47? You got Ryan, you got Rolly, you have
Lewis Crocker.
Lewis Crocker. Yeah, all those are winnable fights. Like I said, Devin Haney, that would definitely be the biggest test right there. Now, Devin would definitely be the clear favorite in that fight. But all the rest of them guys, yeah, Conor Ben, he could definitely pick up a strap.
Yeah, I just feel like, and the fighting the Regis at 150, it's kind of weird. He can't beat Josh Kelly, obviously, because that was the fight. I'm like, why pass over Josh Kelly? That should be a pretty big fight in the UK, so he should fight Josh Kelly. And I think Eddie, both of those guys would match him. So he passed over Josh Kelly, and now he's gonna fight Regis. Okay, okay, we're gonna see now. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm rooting for Regis. I'm rooting for Regis to upset Conor Ben. I just don't believe it's gonna happen because they pulling him up in weight now. He doesn't have to, cut as much weight or whatever the case may be to make 140. But still, fighting 10 pounds out of his weight class. How is he gonna feel on fight night? And like everybody's saying, yeah, JoJo landed some big heavy shots on Regis. He had Regis kind of wobble. I mean, shoot, Devin had Regis wobble at 140. So yeah, well, with Conor Ben though, see prize Conor Ben was already moving down, talking about fighting at 147, and he just fought at 160. So I mean, I guess you could say he does have to cut some weight, about 10 pounds, but I don't think that's gonna be too tall of a task. He could do that. He could do 10 pounds of water. He gonna be all right. He gonna be all right. Now, now Bruce Gas, it's they say the Conor been signed with Zuffa, so maybe they have some involvement in the fight. But this is gonna be on the Fury card on Netflix. Yeah, they putting Regis Conor Ben and Regis is the co-main. It's gonna be in the Tottenham Spur Stadium in the UK, and with Fury versus Makhmudov as the main event. But they're gonna show it worldwide on Netflix, which is gonna be pretty cool. Everybody saying they thought JoJo was gonna stop Price. He thought JoJo was gonna stop him. He said JoJo not even a puncher, and he was buzzing Regis badly. Yeah, yeah. I mean, y'all are right. Y'all are right. That was not his best moment. But see, the thing about it is he toughed it out. He was able to get the win. But yeah, Conor Ben is gonna be a different animal. Now, outside of that, appreciate you, Vacate. Thank you for supporting and joining the membership, helping the channel grow. Appreciate you. Hit the like button. Hit the super thanks if you can. Join the membership, help the channel grow. I appreciate you, Vacate Bay. Appreciate you, love. And listen, this is not the free entertainment network. We're trying to build here. Support your content creators, the people that you patronize their product. Support. We need you. I need you for sure. So I thank you for the love and support. Coach Eddie, right? Let me ask you this while we're here. Now, this before the Devin and Roll, what do you want to see next from Devin now that this Rolly fight and PBC is kind of falling off? Do you feel like he should have his eyes set on jumping and making sure that Ryan fight happens? What's your thoughts on that fight like coming up, and for Devin, now that the last time he's fought was in November against Norman Jr. Are you worried about any ring rust, or just being an ultimate professional, do you feel like it's good for him to have a little bit of break in between his actions?
Uh, man, I don't like these long layoffs. For Devin, for any fighter, but I just don't know, man. I mean, I know the Ryan fight fell apart, which was kind of surprising to me, and then now the Rolly fight fell apart, which is like even more surprising. And I understand that Devin and Bill are about getting maximum dollar. I can't fault the business model, but at the same time, you got to have that balance, man. So now we're going back into another bout of inactivity, what it seems like, and Devin's searching for a fight. And I think Devin has a minimum that he likes to make, and that's what we was talking about the other day with Turkey out of Sheet coming in, putting so much money in the game. It kind of inflated the boxing market, and now I think that bubble is starting to burst, and it's coming back to reality. And I think these guys are going to have to be willing to fight, for 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. You're not going to get 15, 12, 20 million dollars every time out. And I think that's what these guys are looking for, because the pay-per-view model, people aren't buying pay-per-views, so you can't really ask a promotion company to put up, astronomical amount of money and then have turn around and lose. If you pay a fighter a high guarantee and then you don't recoup your money, that's bad business. You know what I mean? I put up $6 million and I don't even break even. That's bad business. So either Devin's going to have to start putting his own money up. He has his own promotion company. He's going to have to put his own shows on and start paying some of these guys himself, or you're going to have to take, what the promoters are willing to pay, what the market is willing to pay. He still has the $14 million out there with Turkey out the sheet, but all this stuff that's going on in the Middle East, that's looking kind of shaky. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I hadn't heard anything about the Riyadh season because, we're at war with the Middle East right now. So that all that's coming to a factor right now. All that's coming into play right now. The money could be drying up just because of what's going on, in the world. So I wish they could have came to an agreement, with the Rolly fight. But right now, Devin is just kind of looking like he's searching for a dance partner right now, man.
Yeah, I'm with you 1,000%, coach, and it definitely got to make sense because now the reports are, uh, this, getting that big money. Canelo is going to be fighting in Riyadh. Of course, we know that Benavidez Zerto is going to be on May 2nd. I like Benavidez in that fight. Now Canelo's going to be coming back in September, and the reports are that they wanted that fight in Saudi, in the Middle East. So, like you're saying, with the war, it seems like that may be up in the air. And I feel like Devin being on that undercard would probably make sense. Being of the Muslim, the Islamic faith, and having a relationship with Ring and Turkey, it just seems like that would be a good co-main, depending on who the opponent would be. Whether it would be Rolly or another fighter they could find. Who could they find to fight Devin? That's not Ryan. That's what I'm saying. It's probably like Ryan or Rolly are really the fights that make sense outside of like a Tio fight. Um, Even though Tio just came off a loss, I really don't want that. I really want Tio versus Norman Jr. Um, Jack Catterall, He's already fighting somebody. He's fighting Giasov on the Usyk card. So it's gonna be tough to find the real fights. Um Well, when you talk about a money fight for these guys, Carrier, is that these guys, I mean, Norman Jr. got paid $3 million. YouTube is currently experiencing some issues with their APIs that might prevent some users from going live on the destination. Our team is monitoring the platform for further updates. Okay. All right. So I just got like a service announcement on my StreamYard. Now hopefully everything is coming through, y'all. Hopefully y'all can hear me. But yeah, a lot of these guys are getting their biggest payday fighting Devin, so it's a money fight to them. As Norman Jr., was he happy with that payday he got? And Jojo Diaz getting the biggest payday of his career, fighting Devin, things like that, right? What about George Cambosis? You know, George Cambosis is literally still flexing off the money that he made, off Devin Haney signing that 3-fight deal. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. AC Shakur is available. I think that is the fight. I think that is the fight. Shakur versus Devin. I do believe.
But
Well,
who's gonna pay for the fight? 'Cause like we said, Turkey
well,
Al
the
Sheik,
ring they got pay-per-views. They need that ring pay-per-view.
yeah, but he been radio silent, man. Like all them, those huge paydays that he was giving these guys. I think we're not gonna see that anymore, man. We're not gonna see these $20 million purses and 15 and $70 million they was giving to Usyk and Tyson Fury. Those days are over with, man.
He did.
So
Well, let me just say this, Coach. The carrier, he does have opponents lined up. Jack Catterall was yelling and screaming his name, trying to get the fight online. Tiger Johnson was calling his name, trying to get the fight. Keyshawn Davis was calling his name, trying to get the fight. So he definitely got people lined up at the door to get their highest payday. Now, if you're talking about like Orion or something like that, that's a different animal because we know that he has what's is like mainstream society, which we know is a lot of kids and a lot of cupcakes. So, they're gonna definitely support somebody like Ryan. But that's just the nature of the beast. Um, Meanwhile, real boxing fans, people that's kind of been watching the sport of boxing, we want to see the best fight the best. And Devin Haney is now moved through 3 divisions. So ultimately, we're gonna watch Devin fight. A lot of these other people that watch boxing for whatever reason, they watch boxing because Gorlock the Destroyer is at the fight. Uh, you know, they're gonna tune in for Ryan. So we just gotta see. Um, yeah, Catterall. I thought the Catterall fight for Devin would have been a good fight, but I thought it would have been a good fight in March or April. You know, already been done, so that way we could get a unification. But for whatever reason, I don't know why Eddie moved Chakram Gearsoft off of Rolly outside of him getting a piece of the action with Devin and Rolly. So we just got to see how everything play out. I think it's a little quiet right now, but we'll see. We'll see something. We'll see some news in the next few days, I believe, of a big fight, because people got to prepare for September. Just like people have to prepare for June to go see Boots versus Xander. Um, like Coach Eddie was saying, they got to clear up some things with Saudi in the Middle East to ensure that they can actually fulfill that Canelo date, or that Canelo date is going to be in Mexico. So Canelo may be fighting in Mexico, or he may be fighting in Vegas in September. And if he does, that's going to be interesting because we got Mayweather, Pacquiao in September. Ryan is going to be back. Ryan is talking about Tio, but I know Oscar's talking about Devin, so they may be in September. Devin versus Ryan, and then we'll have Canelo back in September. So it's going to be a lot of moving parts. We just got to see how everything map out. Hey, Coach, before we get out of here, let me talk to me about the Canelo versus and Billy fight that they trying to line up for the WBC. Do you think is that a winner for and winner do you are you siding with Canelo in that matchup, or do you think Billy is going to be too much at this stage of Canelo's career?
Man, you already know, man. Nah, I'm not. I've been saying this. They're gonna take turns beating up Canelo now, man. Yeah, Billy gonna walk through that dude. Canelo ain't got nothing for him. Especially this stage of his career, he ain't got nothing for the guy, man. And then, like I said, everybody just seen how Terrence Crawford whooped him. So a lot of times that's going to embolden anybody who gets in the ring with Canelo right now. It's going to be emboldened. Take it to him, and they're going to try to outdo Crawford. They're going to try to stop him. And man, Billy, he's all wrong. That style is all wrong for Canelo right there. I know a lot of people say that Canelo's a good counterpuncher, which he is, but he's not. To me, he's not willing to pull the trigger like he used to anymore. He's more reserved. He's more worried about what's coming back. And usually that's what, when you get older and you start making money, you do start worrying about what's coming back. And you do start worrying about, is this juice really worth the squeeze? You know what I mean? 'Cause we seen Canelo when I thought William Skull beat him. People arguing me down. They try to paint a narrative. I said, man, ain't no blind man, brother. I've been watching boxing my entire life. You take the fanfare out of it, you take the names out of it, and you just watch it for what it is. Just picture yourself walking up to a storefront and you see a white dude with red hair fighting a black dude. You're gonna be like, the white dude with red hair ain't doing nothing. That's what that fight gonna look like. You know what I'm saying? So he was already fading anyway. I thought Williams gonna beat him. Of course, Terrence Crawford clearly beat him. Man, Billy's all wrong for Canelo. The style's all wrong. That pressure come forward. Canelo has gas tank issues. He's not going to be able to keep up the pressure, be able to throw enough punches to keep Canelo off of it. I mean, to keep Billy off of him. I mean, we seen Lester Martinez, hit Billy with everything in the kitchen sink, and the dude kept coming. And I think Lester Martinez, he's a heavy-handed guy and punches just as hard as Canelo, if not harder, because he's a naturally bigger guy. And Canelo's not a knockout artist. People try to paint him up like he's a knockout artist. He's not. He got a 60% knockout rating. So he's not like he's gonna hit you one time and you're just gonna obliterate. That's not gonna happen. So yeah, Canelo got his work cut out for him. I got Billy beating him.
Mm. Yeah, Canelo gonna have to come with it. Yeah, this is I didn't like how and Billy ended the last fight versus Lester, but this is going to I think Lester uh, tough durable fighter, a Guatemalan fighter, good fighter. Canelo legendary fighter. Just is like he got a lot of wars on his body. He got a lot of wear and tear. So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to get past and Billy at this stage of his career. I'm with you. Does he still have that same hunger? Does he still have that same desire to be champion? Or is it more so the fact that there's so much money on the table for him, he can't refuse it? And I think that's what it's looking like when it comes down to Canelo and at this stage of his career, is so he's made so much in the sport, so much money. He's been undisputed. He's unified the titles. Does he still have that will to win, that hunger, to be the best at the weight class, to be the best at the division, to be the best in the sport? I mean, for God's sakes, they didn't remove Canelo off the pound for pound. I mean, how long has it been since Canelo wasn't on a pound for pound list? So he's not even mentioned on the pound for pound anymore. They got his counterparts, Bivol, who beat him, David, who we all intents and purposes believe that
Nah, you're right,
Canelo
B3.
avoided.
Everything you just said was right, man. The hunger is not there. And he doesn't care about protecting the O because there is no O to protect. Once a guy loses a couple times, like even in the Crawford fight, he never really, to me, it like he conceded to like
Yeah.
that makes sense. He conceded. I just can't beat the guy. There's nothing I can do to beat him. I'm just gonna just try not to look too bad. And he conceded to Crawford. I think he conceded maybe around 8 or something. He just kind of like he conceded. He said Crawford's the better man, and he started thinking about what he was gonna say at the end of the fight. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that goes to having 2 losses. See, a lot of times you got an undefeated fighter. That guy wants to fight for that. Oh, he wants to protect that. Oh, especially if you on that level. So you'll see these guys fight, hard, man, because they want to hold on to that 0. Well, Canelo already lost that 0 twice. So he's like, well, Crawford's a great fighter. It is what it is. I can't beat him. You know what I'm saying? He's outclassing me. He's outpointing me. He's making me look a certain way. So I'm just going to concede. And to me, he waved the flag like round 8, and just went ahead and knew he was going to take the L.
Now, are you of the belief? Because Kerry is saying he only got one loss at 168. I'm with you, Kerry. He also has a lot of wear and tear on his body at this stage in his career. I think he went pro at 15 years old in Mexico. Coach, talk about that. Do you believe that there are guys at the top of 168? Now we're just gonna go over some names because you already said and Billy's gonna beat him. Let me just give you a few names, Coach, because Kerry is of the belief that Canelo is still going to be able to be dominant at 168. We got the champions. That's about the Hamza Shiraz is gonna be champion. We also have Osleys Iglesias, who's fighting for the title this week. So he'll potentially be champion. And then we got in Billy. Oh, and then we got Lester Martinez, right? We got Lester Martinez. Which one of these fights or which one of these fighters do you foresee Canelo being able to win, or do you believe any of these guys can beat Canelo? Talk to me.
I believe all of them beat Canelo, man. Like I said, man, the man is past it. Like I said before, they're going to take turns beating the dude up, man. That oral invincibility is gone. Canelo don't have it no more. He's an older fighter. He's 36. He's really about the equivalent of a 40-year-old fighter. So everybody ages different in boxing. The older he gets, the worse it's gonna get. You know what I mean? He starts fighting those guys. Eventually, he'll be 38 years old. He's gonna wind up going out flat on his back. That's probably what's gonna wind up happening if he continues to fight. Especially everybody that you mentioned are big guys. Hamza Shiraz, 6'4", and Glacier, the big guy, and these guys are punchers, and they're not gonna be afraid of Canelo. The mystique is gone, man. They're not gonna be like, oh, I'm in the ring with Canelo. They'll be like, no, I'm about to knock this dude out, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably what's going to happen. And Canelo, he doesn't have the head movement anymore. The feet are gone. He has basically, just high guard, try to walk you down, throw a big shot. If that don't work, do it again. High guard, try to walk you down, throw 2 big shots. That's all he did. That's what he's been reduced to. The head movement is gone, man. And that high guard not going to get it against an active fighter. Especially against a tall guy that you have to work to get in. Like I said, go back to the William Skull fight. Canelo did not want to go in there and try to get William Skull because every time he moved to a William hit him with a 2 or 3 piece. Bang, bang, bang. And back Canelo up every single time. And William Skull he was a much bigger guy than Canelo. Canelo had to respect him. Go back and look at the fight. Much bigger guy than Canelo. Taller, muscular. He hit Canelo with enough respect that Canelo didn't try to walk him down, didn't try to get to him. And Hamza Shiraz is gonna line him up, probably put him flat on his back, man. And those guys are gonna fight hard because they want that resume. They want that name on their resume. These guys are looking to the future. Canelo's looking at the bank account. He's trying to find the easiest fights he could take to fulfill the commitment that he has with Turkey Al Sheikh. But Turkey Al Sheikh is not gonna let him go out without getting knocked out.
Mm. Yeah, that was yeah, I thought that was a horrible way of cutting off the ring against William Skull. I thought William Skull probably could have edged that fight, even though he was like, kind of maybe excessively moving a little bit at certain times. But you know, it was William Skull is good. Let me bring in Job, man. Job, man, how you feeling today, bro? Appreciate you blessing the panel. Uh, talk to me, man. What's your thoughts on this? I mean, whatever you want to talk about, you can just cook real quick and do your thing. But we talking about Foster versus Ford. Do you like that fight? And then whatever you want to say about Canelo potentially fighting in Billy. Do you feel like Canelo has more to give the sport of boxing?
Peace and blessings to the panel in the chat. I'm feeling good. I was just getting some rest, much
Mm.
needed. I need to get some more too, though. But
Yeah,
I'm saying we got we got Foster, we got Shockey, and we got Ford. I appreciate them brothers doing that one. I want to see this one, so appreciate them for that. Can't wait to see this. I know, Shockey. I gotta go back and watch Ford though. Like I know Shockey stay consistent in how he fight. Or he could do anything, but he be kinda like he it seemed like he always make his fights tough. So I don't know. I wanna see how he gonna do with Shock because I don't think Shock gonna make it easy for him not to make the fight tough. I don't know, man. But Ford not no little 130 and he got all the experience he need. So this should be a 50-50, but I favor Shot because then how he done shown and prove in the ring, like just that discipline and consistency. And then Ford, he been kind of quiet, so I know he probably got something to prove. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then with Canelo and Billy, I love this fight. I gotta give Canelo his credit for taking this fight. 'Cause he don't have to. He could fight a whole bunch of different people. And Billy probably one of the toughest people he could fight. He big and he consistently gonna be putting that pressure on. We gonna see what Canelo got. He looked great against Bud. Um, and when he fought Triple G, I seen what he was able to do with his boxing. So I don't know if that was a while ago. So I don't know what he got with that now. I think he still got all of that though. Cause like coming forward is actually harder than fighting on the back foot. Like when he fought William Skull, that fight is a way tougher fight to fight than if somebody coming at you like and Billy gonna be coming at him. And then he also fought Bud too, like them two alone. And he got so many fighters on his resume, but just some of his recent fights like Skull and Bud and having to come forward and chase them down the whole fight, that's way more exhausting on your legs than fighting on the back foot. So I get an edge to Canelo because I feel like old boy that and Billy was fighting last time was actually schooling and Billy if it wasn't for just how gifted and Billy is physically, then he would have got clearly whooped in that fight, as far as just boxing ability. But that's
yeah.
all
You
I
talking
gotta
about
say
that?
to
You
it.
talking about that Lester Martinez fight? I'm with you on that.
Yeah, Lester Martinez looked great in that fight versus M. Billy. I feel like Canelo got more to offer with that boxing. I feel like that, but I don't know. I gotta see. 'Cause I ain't seen Canelo ain't had to fight like that in a while. But I feel like just because it take more energy to fight the other way around, he should have that. So and Billy, like that was just easy to do with him. Billy, he just so physically gifted that he was still coming anyway. That's all I was saying on that for now.
Nah, he definitely physically gifted. Uh, outside of that, Ja, I wanted to ask you about they got the pretty much they locking in Abdullah Mason versus Joe Cordina. I don't know if you are familiar with Joe Cordina, the 130 champion, the former 130 champion. He's gonna be challenging Abdullah in Ohio. It's gonna be July 4th. Actually, they're gonna be fighting on July 4th. Now, when you see Abdul Ajah, does he remind you of anybody in the sport of boxing? And then just kind of talk about like the young fighters that are pressing you right now in the sport. Kind of like under 25. Are there any guys like Abdullah or Xander Moses? Guys that are impressing you right now in the sport.
All these young boys impressing me for sure. They made it because I box. I used to box. They done made it further than me, so I don't see who I would be not to be impressed. Uh, Abdullah, he remind me of a lot of people. Uh, right now, Zab Judah, he reminded me of Zab right now a lot. Um, He got since Zab already came before him, he got more potential. Right now, Abdullah reminded me of Zab. Xander, he trying to come and shock the world. So he got that smile on his face. It's just not like he get better every fight. So I look forward to seeing what he coming with. I know when it come to Boots though, it's a must win. It's a must win for Boots. It's not the same for them two. So uh oh Moses, you talking about the heavyweight? Yeah, he looking good. Yeah, he look good. I don't want him to have no arrogant attitude though. I seen him talking to Mike. Mike was trying to talk. He trying to basically beat Mike to the point. It seemed like I don't like that type of stuff. Like, just listen sometimes. People probably be like, coming from me, that sound crazy. But no, I don't want to see no arrogance in it though. That's gonna ruin them for me. Like, I like Moses though in that ring. He a beautiful fighter to watch. You was only asking about them three, or you?
Nah, pretty much, yeah. Or anybody you had your eyes on. I mean,
I like
I get,
Carmelo Moten. Like
yeah.
he young, so I feel like
What you
he
think
like
about
the.
people kind of being critical of him because of his opponent selection so far? Do you feel like he's being moved too slow in your opinion, or break that down for us?
I mean, no, I don't. Where he at 130 right now, right?
Yeah, between 130, 135.
He been moved just right. Like he ain't gonna be no like at 135 is a different animal because you got people that's coming down in weight, like ridiculous amounts of weight. Then if you look at the top guys at 130, like Raymond Ford, O'Shaquie, like Mel not ready for them just yet. Like he could get in there and with them, and he got a chance of winning right now. But he young, and why would you move him like that? That'd be dumb. Like, cause he should still be able to get them fights. And he could get more experience where you would feel like guarantee he gonna win. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see why you would move him. So it's just a compliment to how good he is to say he ain't fight nobody. That's crazy. Out of most of the young boys, he done put in the most fights. Abdullah just different, so we ain't gonna even go there. Like when it come to Abdullah, but like who else you got? That'd be a beautiful fight to see though. but who knows how that'll go right now. It might be something we ain't even want to see yet. And then we still got other fights we want to see. Tank versus Shakur. We want to see Keyshawn versus everybody. Stuff like we want to see Gary Antoine versus everybody. There's still a lot of other fights we want to see that Carmel may be able to get done fights later on in his career. So he been moved just right. I just think like people they used to that fast pace these days. So um, it's a lot of other people too though. Like I would like to mention though. I just
And
don't
shout
got
out to
all
my
that.
and shout out to my brother Smoke, all his guy, number one guy, Joseph Brown, TMT fighter. Bright future for
I
him.
gotta look him up. See,
Hmm.
it's a lot of young fighters though, and I'm proud
Absolutely.
of all of them. Proud of all of them. Sure.
Uh, and a salute to Otini. Is it Otini Way? God bless you. Appreciate you pulling up. Hope all is well with you. And shout out to Kale Creates back in the super chat. Thank you. Happy Tuesday. I pray everyone is doing well today. Man, I'm doing well. Blessed with the team building. Just taking everything one day at a time. Shoot, I'm over here about to chef up some spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? So we can be nourished. Everything is good, man. Listen, I didn't stop smoking. I'm 9 days without smoking. I'm down 10 pounds. I feel healthy. I wake up the morning energized, and I'm thankful. I'm staying focused. I done passed up on some kitty for the weekend. So listen, I'm talking, I'm walking it how I'm talking it. A lot of these people, they doing a lot of things in life. They just be talking. We out here really walking. We building a business from the ground up, and we getting a lot of support. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful because listen, when you sow into your future, that's what we doing. You're gonna get blessed. So at the end of the day, we just gonna keep working. Carrie talking about I can't cook. Listen, I learned from the best. I know how to cook just off of watching. I'm nice. I'm nice for real. Yeah, man. Yeah, anytime you can stay disciplined, carrier, because that's a tall task. But listen, when you done so much in your life, you don't want to. I can't go against myself. You know what I'm saying? When you want to be blessed and not cursed, you don't want to. You can't go against yourself. You got to work for yourself. Shout out to Southside Los in here. What's going on, Los? Uh, Yeah, we just want to cut. We just want. I'm 6'1", 200. We just want to get in shape. We just want to be healthy on all fronts. I want to be a role model example for the youth. You ain't doing nothing in life if the youth don't respect you. If the youth can't come to you for advice. If the youth can't look to you and see that you leading by example. So a lot of people they got to wake up and use their thinking caps. It's easy to do a whole lot of talking out here, but it's a lot of young boys and young girls. They don't have a lot of people that they can look up to as good examples. And to be honest with you, on a world scale, there's a lot of hate. These people don't want to see us do well. Shout out to my brother Ja. Cancel Love. Make sure y'all follow Ja. Support Cancel Love. This is my brother. Um, a lot of people don't want to see you do well. A lot of people don't care about what happened to black and brown kids. So you need to support people that's doing things the right way. We got brothers literally coming on here talking boxing with no cursing, respecting one another. So everybody ain't a 6'1" on YouTube. Cut it out, Carrie. I appreciate my brother Ja. Support. Hey, teamwork made the dream work. Nobody can be an island unto themselves. You need real, genuine people around you that want to see you do well. That's it. That's all. Um, but yeah, we're gonna do some turkey. I do the turkey meat, the ground turkey spaghetti. That's what I'm about to hook up. Hold on. Carrie talking about a brother can't cook. We got that turkey meat. We got them spaghetti noodles over there going. I'm about to get to it. Yeah, I'm about to get to it. But listen, Ja,
That
hey, listen,
nourishment, you know what
you
I'm
gotta have that nourishment up in you. I'm over here struggling. I was over here about to pass. I just sat on the couch about to pass out. Cause really I haven't been, when you start smoking, Ja, I don't know if you've been through this before, but you don't be having no appetite like that. So I kind of gotta get myself to eating things like that. But you know, what I realize is it's good to be hungry a little bit. It's good to be in fasting and in prayer. A lot of stuff you kind of want to cleanse yourself of eating certain things and drinking certain things, so that way our minds can be sharp and clear. So I just
Yeah,
gotta do,
man.
I just gotta do the right things, man, and make sure I'm walking and how I talk it, so that way I
What
can
make you
continue to be a
want?
leader.
What make you want to quit smoking? What's your purpose?
Well, for one, I want to sow into my future. For one, it's a large financial investment when you want to smoke the
Mm-hmm.
right way, like I do, when I've been doing it for so long. And it's a lot of, so that's another thing. And the other, so that the financial investment, I gotta spend my money sowing into my future. I want to get a studio set up, so when I'm on TikTok or when I'm on YouTube, I can be on camera. The kids, the people that coming through, they don't want to see me bloodshot, red eyes, and I'm a man of God. So at the end of the day, I gotta walk and talk like one. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I gotta be separate from the world. We in the world, but we not of the world. So I'm not saying I'll never hit a J again, but see, smoking, hitting a J, drinking and all that stuff, that should be set aside for hanging out with the homies, fellowshipping, with people, maybe an event or something. You kicking it, you have a drink with the team, you smoke a J with the team. Doing something habitually every day, we making excuses for ourselves. Oh, I need this to think this way. I need this to stay calm. No, you don't. You just making that excuse. You don't need anything but God at the end of the day. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, I
Shout out to
like
my
that.
brother Prize pulling up.
What's up with you? I've been rocking with you all evening, all afternoon.
Come on, bro. You
What
rocking with
up,
me every day.
Brian?
You a
Yeah,
real
you already
supporter.
know.
Blessing, blessing.
I appreciate you, Prize.
For
Hey,
sure.
I ain't gonna end the show like that. Talk to me. What's going on, Prize? How you feeling? Talk to me.
Man, I was trying to catch you before I got out of there because it's kind of hard for me. I'll be dropping off. It's too much.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was listening, about the fighters and the fights coming up, so we'll see what you got. About to end it. We can end it. It's all good.
Yeah, we was well, I just gotta get some food up in me. I will do whatever as long as I can eat. But talk to me talk to me about this Oshaki Foster versus Ray Ford. Break that fight down for me.
Yeah, I like it. I think shot gonna be too much. Like when I was chopping it up with Carrier in the chats, I think Ray gonna be. I think shot gonna be, just a little too much. I just think he's gonna be a little too much. But I ain't mad. Shout out Ray for taking the fight. But is it true the fight is it still happening? Because I see one of the other brothers post something about it's postponed or something like that. I don't know any truth to that. Now that's why I really want to come up here.
Nah, they just announced it. I didn't hear it was postponed.
Oh, well, all right then. If
Yeah,
yeah.
they just announced that though.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fight. I like when the two brothers get together and rumble each other. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
I don't mind that. But I'm just gonna go with Shock on that one, three, because I just don't, especially with Shock's last performance. I mean, he was in his bag against a pretty damn good fighter. You know what I mean? So Shock gonna be tough to beat. He needs an opponent though.
Absolutely.
He needs somebody like I want to see him fight a Nui. The Nui said he got what, two more fights, and then he was gonna come up there. So we'll see what happens with that. But I don't know. But yeah, I don't like the Keyshawn and Albright fight. What's the point of that? That man went on a clout chasing. I ain't gonna say bum bashing because I'm not gonna call Nair a bum. But it doesn't make any. Well, it might make business wise sense, but he went on a clout chasing tour just to fight a guy that's not ranked. It's crazy to me. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm with Coach on this one. I hope Nair win. I ain't gonna lie. Cause like what you going on a whole clout chasing tour for just to fight a guy that's not and that's no shot at Nair Albright. Like there's a couple people matter of fact that's probably in this chat now that rock with him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he could beat Keyshawn, but come on, like Keyshawn did all that talking just to fight a guy that's unranked. At least Abdullah Cordina is like number 7, I think, ain't he? Ain't he in the top 10 somewhere?
Nah, Cordina's number one.
All right, so he's known. Okay, it might have been another sanctioned body or whatever, but at
Mm-hmm.
least he's fight. My point is, he's fighting a ranked fighter, bro.
Right.
And this kid, you pulled up on this kid. You know what I'm saying? But then look what you did. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
I'm gonna watch the fight because it's boxing. But I really hope Nair Albright's upset this bull for real. He's trying, he was getting on my nerves with them corny skits, man. Them skits was so garbage, bro. Like this nigga he ride the short bus, and that's no knock on, there's nobody. I'm just saying it's a joke. He's a jokes. But I'm just saying, is something wrong with him?
I
Like
think I
It's
think he's
called
trying to
the
do his
half a
best.
cheese. And you want to joke the half a cheese? That's just throwing you one right there.
that's like saying a corny joke then laughing at your own corny joke. That's what them skits was to me. Them joints was garbage. You know what I'm saying? I rock with Key, because I rock with all my brothers, but corny niggas. When you being corny, I'm gonna say you being corny. You know what I mean? I've been corny before, so it is what it is. But he did all that to go fight Albright again. Like
You
what?
being corny. You being corny right now, Prize.
How? What I do?
No, it's not like definite you been corny. I'm just saying like in a little bit way you been corny. I think the skits was fire, bring more attention to boxing. I think him fighting Albright and he not getting no credit for even like putting Albright on, like
He fought him
similar to
already.
like yeah, but this a fight that people want to see like how they wanted to see Tevin Farmer versus Tank, and that ain't really never get to happen.
Oh,
The fight was close. The first fight was close. That's what people feel like anyway. So and then
maybe you
he
got
just
some
beat
points
his
to that,
older
but
brother.
still, it's a storyline there for sure. No doubt, no
It's
doubt.
Philly. Yeah, I said Norfolk. That's nice. And then Abdullah, he having a homecoming fight. So to compare it to that, it's like we pretty much feel like Abdullah about to have some fireworks in his glove. Excuse me.
You know I
Coming
want to
home.
trade him, Carrier. You ask me that every time. If I was the general manager, we could eat that deal's on the table every day of the week.
Who is T Mac though? I want to address him and Carrier. You know what I'm
Go
saying?
ahead.
Oh, John.
Is that Tracy McGrady or is that Tracy McGrady wannabe? My bad, I'm laughing at my own corny jokes.
Yeah, I just was
Listen
saying
though,
that.
Right.
that
Yeah. Nah.
Tracy
Nah.
McGrady,
T
yo,
Mac. Nah. Well.
you know Tracy McGrady? That's
Hey,
buckets if you do.
hey, listen. If that was Tracy, now you know for a fact. I wouldn't be talking about bless the cash app, bless the super chat. Come on now, T Mac and Harry
I only
Davis.
heard of two T Macs in my life, Tracy McGrady and another T Mac, but I don't know this one, so
He
I
cool.
would like to know him. Yeah,
He
yeah, he
it was
sound
this.
cool.
Nah, he
Yeah,
cool. He just
he
I don't
cool.
know who Tank
he
fighting. I know he had to fight the world
fight.
his
Oh
whole
look,
career, but like,
yeah, because he
ain't
got that
supposed to be
Mayweather
fighting
co-sign.
Pitbull. Bet you watch it. I gotta go back and run that Carolina the boys fight back though. I ain't hear nothing about that. Where all these people be clouting for these women, like not trying to act like they so stand up for women. It be blowing me sometimes. Like y'all capping, man. I ain't tired of 'em.
Nah, she all right though.
I want to
Who that?
see it. I want to go
Duquan.
back and watch her.
Yeah, she is.
Let me see how I'm the real Tracy. Child sleep. You
He
get
said
here.
Tank
You
never
can sleep.
unified.
Tank don't got fighting on.
What up, Blue?
Tank.
What's up? Where you
These the
been at,
same
Blue?
points. I'm not even about to address that. It keep running the same recycled
Man,
things
Carrier
back
just
and back.
trolling you. I
Yeah,
want
I
to talk
know.
about the Nair Albright fight. I'm pretty
All
sure
right,
you
so
rocking
let's
with
talk about
Keyshawn.
that. You let Carrier distract us, like
He
so. Yeah.
distracted you.
No, you started talking to him first. Look. It's a good fight. Albright, he like how he just did in that fight versus Frank Martin, and
hmm
then how people writing him off. Like he up there, he just got a different style. Like
Yeah.
and then when you giving Rolly a shot, you giving Frank Martin a shot, like Tevin Farmer, people like that, and you don't want to get Albright his shot. Keyshawn giving him his shot, cause Keyshawn don't have to fight Albright. But this
You
probably
already
be
fought him again.
Albright. No,
You already
I'm
fought him.
saying,
What's the
yeah, I'm
point of
saying
fighting
he
him
don't
again?
have to fight him now because of the storyline we just went over. Like
Yeah, I don't
it's a
think it's
good
big
fight.
enough though. I don't. I think it's
But
after that clout chasing tour he just came off of, and you settled with a rematch with Nair Albright.
nah, let me
Uh,
land on my point when it comes to that. That's beautiful because a lot of people act like they can't take a fight unless it's their biggest payday again from the last fight. Keyshawn is like taking this fight. It looked like I'm gonna take a fight. I could get a fight in between. Like who is Shakur fighting? I don't even know. Is he even gonna fight? Like when his next fight gonna
he
be?
just fought,
Keyshawn
didn't he?
and Keyshawn just fought too. And Keyshawn already got another fight coming up versus Albright, which is a good fight. And then you got Albright where he getting written off. Keyshawn giving him his shot though. He get bringing attention right back to him. And then this probably be Albright biggest payday. After you just fought his brother, be his brother, they had that little stuff going on. And then you come back and in a ring like that, that's beautiful for boxing. Them skits, I love them skits.
It was garbage.
I love it. It's better than Jake Paul.
He's
It's better
corny.
than any
Jake
of the stuff
Paul.
he ever did.
He
And
came in the game corny.
I'm saying like some of that corny stuff is nice. Like it can't always be so hard boiled. Like oh
Nah, I don't
man,
expect it to be like that.
like Deontay Wilder is a prime example. Like not corny, but like that little silliness. Like that's one of his best qualities. Like that's one of Keyshawn best qualities. Like he being himself. So I like that about it. You know what I'm saying. And what he fighting? What card he fighting on? Abdullah going to be the main event, or I don't know what card that Albright versus Keyshawn fight going to be on. You know?
No, I'm not sure. B3 was reading it earlier. I forget who.
It's its own main event in Norfolk. It's gonna be at the Scope
It's
Arena,
it. Oh,
May
at
30th.
Norfolk. Oh
Yeah.
wow, yeah, that's ready to
Yeah,
be sold out.
Hey, they should
B3,
call it
you going?
the return. Man, come on now, I ain't got no choice.
Look,
The
he don't
return to
even
the
got
scene of
choice.
crime. Yeah, that's an hour. That's an hour down the road.
That's what they calling it. The return
They,
to the scene of the crime.
that's what they should call it.
Oh my God,
Cause
that's
That
they
would be
jumped him
beautiful.
crazy.
after he beat up Kelvin. They jumped him.
Oh my goodness. Hey,
You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
hope
Gabor,
saying?
Nair
hold on,
get
I
his get
gotta
back,
put
man.
myself on mute for a second.
Yeah, that's it. You say you hope you want Nair to win that matchup
I
prize.
do. I
A
really
lot of
do.
people saying that too. Shout out to Blue. My bad, Blue. I see you in here. Appreciate you, Blue. Yeah, a lot of people want Nair to win that matchup.
Yeah, I want him to win.
In and outside of Philly,
Yeah.
not just in Philly. So
Yeah, I'm going with Nair. He can rumble though. Don't get it twisted. But I mean, I just want him to see him step it up now. So I don't want to hear all this talking. You got a young kid, Abdullah Mason. You know what I mean? Who's doing it? What he's supposed to do. So I want to
Keyshawn
see.
might be the most active
I'm getting
fighter
my
though.
blue hustle on. I'm getting my blue
Now
hustle on, but
I
man.
appreciate him for being active. I do
Yeah.
appreciate him for being active.
Uh-huh.
Who else is active as Keyshawn though? Like top dog that's as active as Keyshawn. 'Cause I don't know like
Abdullah,
that.
probably
And
Abdullah.
then Abdullah,
You said it's
his
as
last
active
fight
as
was Sam
Keyshawn.
Noakes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They a tie because then Keyshawn
A
before that he
tough and rugged,
couldn't fight.
a tough and rugged Sam Noakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sam Noakes ain't coming to lay down.
Albright just like that though. Albright, he tough too and rugged.
Nah, for sure.
He just not the same style
But
as
I'm
Noakes
saying
though. I
Noakes
don't
is.
know who will win
I
that.
think Noakes is a little bit more. Just he don't care. You know what I'm saying? But
I would love to see that fight too, Sam Noakes and Albright.
I want to see Keyshawn be in a fight like that where you know there's an opportunity for his opponent to win, actually win. And that's where I believe some of the other brothers get pissed off and say, "Yo, this nigga on the bum bashing tour," or better yet, this
So you
brother's on the
saying
bum bashing
Albright
tour.
don't got no chance to win?
Not a lot of people don't think he can win. I mean, the fight. I mean, he did clip him. I mean, it was a good scrap. But Keyshawn is just a little bit better. That's all. And that's no knock to Nair. Shout out Nair. I seen him fight before in person in Philly. So he can rumble. You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. But I just think Keyshawn is just a little bit more seasoned as a fighter.
He way more seasoned now since his last performance versus Ortiz was crazy. That was a way better performance to me. And like, no disrespect to Shakur, though. I don't want to say better. It just, I felt like what Keyshawn did, the quality of opponent to Ortiz, that was amazing. And
Right,
like
T
what
Mac.
Shakur did to Tio, that was beautiful as well. It just like Keyshawn dominated Ortiz clearly in an aggressive way, where
Yeah.
Shakur just made it easy on himself and just basically beat Tio with a jab.
Yeah. Well, if you got something working and you don't got to work hard, why work harder and not smarter? So.
Far as the entertainment side of boxing,
Right.
like
I'm
Keyshawn
always
did that.
entertained. I'm always entertained by the sweet signs when them brothers be boxing and looking good, moving, no, not standing in
Yeah,
front of the opponent, turning them, doing all the using all just a few tools.
but he stopped the top dog and
Yeah, no, I
Ortiz.
give him credit for the
I don't
Jermaine
know who will
Ortiz.
win versus Ortiz and well before he fought Keyshawn, I don't know who will win Abdullah versus Ortiz.
Now, I think Abdullah could beat him.
Can beat him. Like I like how you said that
I
because
think
we
I
don't
think
know.
that he would beat him.
Ortiz is more seasoned than Abdullah though.
Yeah, but I think Abdullah still is a better fighter. Ortiz is a good I'll say a great Olympian. He was pretty solid. You feel me? But I don't think that he's better than Abdullah Mason, bro.
Even take look and go check out
Jermaine
Jerron
Ortiz.
Boots. Go check out Jerron Boots and his take on Ortiz. And
Yeah,
then
he rumbled with
and you
them.
see what Keyshawn did to Ortiz. Is I can't believe that he still got underrated for what he did. He stopped him straight up. It wasn't
Yeah, he
no
did. He beat him up. I didn't
yeah.
think he was gonna bust him up like that. You feel me? I give you that, but I,
Ortiz is up there in that
he
in
not no
that.
he not no Abdullah Mason. Jermaine Ortiz ain't got nothing on no Abdullah Mason. Cause I'm
I
just gonna
would I
put some
would take
beans.
Abdullah Mason, but with Ortiz seasonings that he put on, like God put the seasonings on Ortiz. I'm not about to sleep on no Ortiz. He the
Abdullah
more
wouldn't have let
experienced
Keyshawn
fighter.
get away with some of that stuff. Abdullah's just athletically, everything about Abdullah
Yeah.
Mason is just way better than Jermaine Ortiz. Way better.
Mhm.
They're not even.
I don't know about. I disagree with that. Not
That's
every
cool.
single thing. 'Cause Ortiz
And let me
got a
say,
lot
shout out
more
to
experience.
MLC. Appreciate you. He said Keyshawn said he was moving up to 47 and getting a title shot. And what's this? Yeah, I'm with you. It's tough, man. Like for instance, getting that Lewis Crocker fight, not being a mandatory, the champion got to give you a shot. So yeah, I know it sound good, and I know a lot of times we don't want to hear these fighters doing a whole bunch of talking if they ain't gonna make the fight. So I'm
Right.
with you 1,000% on that. But I mean, you got to call for the fights, and then what's realistic is the next biggest fight for him was Nahir Albright. If Nahir Albright would have got a win over Frank, that'd have been big.
Hmm.
I think this is more so um, a stay busy fight for Keyshawn. It's like
Do
Yeah.
okay,
Keyshawn?
because
Do Keys? My bad.
Matchroom has the belt with Lewis Crocker, and then
Yep.
Devin has the WBO.
Huh?
Yep.
Go ahead, Ja.
Say Keyshawn fight Albright, knock him off, and then he fight Frank Martin before Tank or Shakur or Devin even get another fight. He'll get no credit for that. I could see that easily happen. I could see Keyshawn fight Albright and Frank Martin. When I want to see both of them fights, definitely will
Yeah, I
watch
mean,
both of them.
I give him credit, but people gonna complain. But see, I just like fights, like that style of fighting. Somebody might go to sleep on that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he might stop Albright. Albright ain't never been stopped,
No,
have
I'm
he?
not. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
You talk about
Frank
Frank. I would
and
talk about
Keyshawn.
both of them.
They be letting some
They, cause
bombs.
him and Frank just had a draw, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people
So
thought
so what if he stopped
Albright
Albright?
won.
Albright ain't never get stopped before, did he?
Then I'm gonna give him credit the same way I gave him credit for stopping Ortiz. I'm not gonna sit there and hate Keyshawn, but he is kind of lame acting. But I don't hate him. I want him. I be wanting him to win, but I'm rocking with my man Nair like I did in the first fight. But I knew that Keyshawn was a little bit better than him, or not even a little bit, but a lot better than him. But that don't mean shit though. Feel me?
Nah, Albright one of them underdogs. Like I like
Mm-hmm.
Albright. I wouldn't be mad if he won, but I'm rooting for Keyshawn. I
Definitely
like
rooting for
Keyshawn. I've
Nair.
been like Keyshawn. He an underdog too. Keyshawn underdog. He just that good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He
Nair
gonna be
probably
the
should have won
favorite in
that
the fight.
fight. Puge. He probably should have won that. Carrier crazy, even on your heels.
I like the draw, but Albright got the opportunity after that because it make more sense than Frank.
Yeah. Uh, I guess so.
That was a fair draw though. They gotta run that back.
I ain't watched the fight but once, so I can't really, you know what I mean? Normally I watch the fight 3 or 4 times so I can make sure I don't miss nothing. Um,
Nobody took the edge like, nah, this is my win. It was a fair draw, and then Frank was the favorite.
yeah.
So
I mean, I hope Nair beat him
I
though.
caught
I hope
that
he
draw
beat the draw.
live.
Yeah,
I live bet that draw.
yeah.
That was a no brainer. I was so happy when Nair hurt him. I'm glad he didn't stop him. But I had Nair by money line, and then I live bet Nair money line, and I live bet the draw. So I
Word.
was able to. So when you live bet money line, or when you bet money line and it's a draw, you always get your money back on the money line pick. So we got that, and then we cashed out the draw. But
see the
I would
mess
nobody
up
would
part.
expect man. Go ahead, John.
The mess up part is I want to see Keyshawn fight Frank as well in Norfolk, and then, but also I want to see Albright fight Frank again because I feel like he gonna come different. So like, what if they had another fight in Norfolk where Albright and Frank on the undercard of that? If they able to do that, like if Frank able to, because Frank fighting Tank boosted him to the point he might not even want to fight on the undercard in Norfolk on Keyshawn undercard. I like what Keyshawn doing in boxing with his brothers,
When that
letting them
fight gonna
niggas
happen? I
chill.
did too. I was excited when Keyshawn and them fought for in Norfolk, and he had his
I'm
brothers
saying
fight,
now
and
too,
then he
they
had his
putting on shows, like they hosting their own events. This
yeah,
what
yeah,
I've
he
been
had his
asking
sisters
for.
and them singing the national anthem. I thought that was dope. I was proud of Keyshawn, and then the next time he come out, he dropped the bomb.
That's dead though. I'm talking about now. Now they putting on their own events and selling them out.
Hey, I
I
ain't mad at
still
that.
like what they
I ain't
doing.
knocking hustle.
That's why I was asking for that. Like instead of just
When
waiting
they
on
when that
the
fight
big
supposed to
promoters.
happen? B3.
May 30th.
I might gotta go head out there, man. That's around the time I be around my condo and all that.
Yeah. No, man, it's pretty chill too.
It's
Like,
the is it near the beach?
of course. It's in
That's
Hampton
I'm
Roads.
saying.
Hampton Roads connect. Yeah, Hampton Roads is right connected to Virginia Beach. It's like so. Yeah, I mean, so where the fight is gonna be is scope. All you do is gotta hop on the highway. You 15 minutes from the ocean front,
I need
Virginia
the
Beach
ocean
ocean
front.
front. So
They
everything is
got. I
real
need an
close.
ocean front hotel.
You Keyshawn
Hmm.
got a belt at 140 right now.
Nah, Keyshawn.
Hmm.
He don't pay for belts. He
He
already
could do
said.
whatever he want then, aircraft. Keyshawn could do whatever he want. He don't got no belt at 140. Somebody gotta give him a shot at that. You talking
Yeah, I
about
agree
top
with
guy.
Carrier. I do. I mean, I'm okay. This how
Ain't
I
what he
really feel
should be
about it.
doing. He's sitting there staying active. Ain't what he
Nah,
should be
but hold
doing.
on.
He don't
I'm
even got
glad
no
that
belt. It's not like he
I'm
got
hold
mandatory.
on, Jai. Hold on. I'm glad that young boy Albright is getting another payday. Might like you said, might be his biggest payday, and I'm happy for him because like I said, I paid my own money to go see him fight in Philly for. So or was I in Delaware? I can't remember. I somewhere out. But there's no excuse. Keyshawn should be fighting a top 10 guy. I hear you with the storyline and you right, and that's cool. But bro, come on, man.
Albright is a top 10 though.
No, he's
Let's look
not.
at let's look
No,
at
he's
his
not.
rankings. Let's look at his rankings.
No, he's not.
Let's Okay, let's just look at the rankings. So instead of just saying no, he not. You
Because
talk about you agree with aircraft on my point. Aircraft ain't make the point. That's my point.
he won
That's
a he won a
good.
s-
He giving.
he
Good.
I hear Albright won a secondary title versus Kelvin Davis. So yeah, so he put himself in position.
If you say so.
You
I mean,
say
think
he
about it.
top
At
10. Is
140,
he top 10 B3 or not?
in my opinion, if I think about the names at 140,
How you spell
I would
that?
say yeah. Outside of the champions, if we go 14 deep, yeah.
Okay. We
Are we
gotta
is
be
he ranked over
real.
Frank
We gotta
Martin at
be
140?
real though.
I got him. Listen, I got Albright beating a lot of those guys. Or at least being competitive. Yeah,
Well, he
I really wanted to see Lindolfo Delgado
so
run here Albright.
so Prize is right. He ranked number
I know I'm right.
14 with it. Good, but you wasn't right about saying that. Never mind. I'm not even about to go there. Just let yourself. That's the corny part that I'm talking about. Prize. Just that
Ah, it's
part.
corny when I a fact. That the
That
man is
I'm.
not a top
You
10
want to
fighter.
ask me how this how? No, he. I'm
He's
saying
not
you right
ranked.
about
He's
that.
not
I'm saying
ranked.
you right about that. The corny part is you talk about. I agree with aircraft or my point. Like Keyshawn get bad credit for this. He's stat active, giving Albright probably
No.
his
I
biggest
was giving
payday.
Carrier
Yeah, see,
I was
that's
agreeing with
corny, man.
Carrier
That's
when he
corny,
said
man.
I was agreeing with him when he said that where is it at? I don't know. He should be fighting the top 10 guy. He
Yeah.
shot at 140, not Albright. That was his
So the
comment.
corny
So I
part is
agree with
not
that.
being able. The corny part for me is like it seems like you're not able to take any L. Like, oh no, I ain't never wrong. That's corny. Everybody wrong sometimes. Cause some of your points you making, you contradicted them. Like, yeah, I do like this fight. I like he staying active, but he corny. Like, I don't want to see this from another fighter, or I want to see that, but I don't want to see that from Keyshawn. Like, that's contradicted. So that's corny to me.
Not really though. I feel like I'm standing on what I say. It's not a bad fight. Like it's cool. You know what I mean? I see people what they say. You know, it might give it close. Where's the pressure? Whatever, whatever. But I
Like,
feel
let me
like
put you
Keyshawn.
on. Like,
I feel like
if you
Keyshawn
s-
should be fighting somebody else, bro. That's it.
if you say I ain't trying to knock this brother,
I'm
but
not.
right, you say but, and then you proceed to try to knock him.
I
That's
didn't knock him.
corny.
I just said that he shouldn't. He should be fighting
You
someone
ain't
else.
even
That's
hear
not
my
knocking it,
point. You
brother.
ain't even hear my point. Look, this corny to me. And you say I ain't trying to knock this brother. Do you add in but in between that? I don't have to worry about what you saying that you're not trying to knock him. Clearly you are, cause you just taking that back that you're not.
They just now
I
you
went.
now that
I'm
just like the
See,
chat.
look, why
So
that
you just
gotta be?
arguing just
See,
to
you
be
could
arguing
never be
now.
wrong, bro. I'm not. I'm
I
not.
could
I was
definitely be
really
wrong. I've been
making a
wrong about a
real
lot of
point.
stuff. I was wrong
I
when I
was
said Nair Albright was going to beat Keyshawn in the first fight. I was wrong about that, and I'll come up on any one of
see
the
that's
brothers' channels
disingenuous.
and tell
That's
you
disingenuous.
if I'm
man.
wrong. I'm wrong. I'll tell you I'm wrong. I don't give a damn about being cooked online and all that stuff that y'all be doing. I don't be worrying about that stuff because it doesn't. It's not. It's never will affect me. You feel me? So I don't
I
worry
don't know
about
who
that.
worried
Like
about being cooked online. I don't know who said they even worried
all I'm
about that.
saying is that the bottom line is this: the man should be fighting a top 10 fighter. That's all my. It's my opinion, and you have yours. But I feel like he should be fighting a top 10 guy.
So
That's it.
you had your opinion and I had mine. It ain't no buts in there. You feel me? The but is like, but you don't have your opinion. Mine is the correct opinion. That's
If you
what it
say
is.
so.
That's
Let me
corny
see.
to
Let me
me.
ask y'all
Don't
opinion
even do
about this.
that.
Let me get y'all opinion on this. Regis Prograis moving up from 140 to 150, a catchweight to fight Conor Ben this weekend. Prize, what's your thoughts on that? Like, do you feel like Regis has a shot? Do you feel like that's a sucker move by Conor Ben? Like, I thought he was trying to be a champion. Or do you think that's a good tough test for Conor Ben? Talk to us.
Regis was getting smoked in his last fight. Now I'm glad he won, but I mean, I think Conor Ben. I think Regis might land some shots or whatever, but I think Conor Ben gonna beat him up this time, bro. What he pulling Regis up? They fighting at 47, right? So if they fighting at welterweight, then I think Regis is gonna get beat up, man, and stopped. Cause he was looking crazy in his last fight against who? JoJo. JoJo was laying the leather on that boy. I'm talking about had he had Regis bobbling all over the place, dog. So all I feel like is this is not a bad fight. I think they trying to just give, Connor, one of them fight. They paid him all that money. So he picked Regis. So, I think he was lame for that, but whatever. It don't matter what I think. He got that bag. And that's what all that matters. But
Josh, do you
JoJo
like
was
this? Do you like this fight at all,
Oh,
Josh?
no, I'm sitting here, man. Curry is so petty. He talking about 14 is too high, yo. Go ahead.
carrying a wild dude.
Nah, I like to fight for Regis. I hope he probably a real businessman on the low, cause honestly, Regis, he
Yeah.
don't look like he talk funny or nothing. He just from where he from. He got that accent. That's it. And he don't look like he don't got a scratch on him. And he be sitting there chilling on his interview, smashing. Yeah, I said laid up. Cause they need to pay Regis more than they paying Cardin for this fight. Like he doing bro a favor. He doing
That's that.
Connor a
How would
favor.
that sounds crazy? You said
Am I
Regis,
able to
you getting more
explain
than
that?
Connor?
Am I able to
Where they
explain that
fighting at?
or
They
not?
fighting over there or they
Yeah,
fighting
you
out
gonna
here?
just say it sound
Tottenham
crazy and
Spurs
then
Stadium
cut
in the
me off
UK
for real.
on Fury's undercard. Go ahead, Josh.
So you want me to respond to that prize? That sound crazy and
I
should
don't
be
care.
getting paid?
I
You
see you in
don't
the
want
argument
to?
movie, so come on with it.
What you talking about arguing? You said something about a point that make us sad. You said it
Yeah, say
sound
what you gonna
crazy.
say, John. Damn.
So that's a yes, man. Cool, man. All right, so
You a wild dude. I'm gonna mute my mic.
so sometimes you pay your opponent even though they opponent. They get paid more than you in a fight because you just paying them because you just need a fight. Regis is a name, and he doing Connor a favor. Catch weight at 150. Like sometimes you pay for your opponents, and that's what he probably doing on the low. He probably is getting paid more than Connor for this fight. I wouldn't be surprised. He deserve it. What he really got to gain out of moving up to 150. He still can take plenty of fights. They're using him as a journeyman anyway. He still could get his bread and be in a safer fight than this. He deserve to get paid more than Connor for sure. And Connor is a chump because he was just hating on other fights. He a chump. Now you fighting to catch weight at 150 because you need it.
Connor definitely getting that bag. I mean, I don't know what they see in that. That $15 million investment. That's not. I don't think it's a good one, but it's not my money. It don't matter. But I mean, I think the fight at 150.
Yeah,
Yeah,
150
150
pounds.
pounds. Yeah, this Regis is clearly getting paid. This is what he been looking for. One of these nice payouts. How much he getting? Couple million? You would think, right? But
I'm about to look it up right now, Prize. Let me see.
way
For
overpaid.
sure, prize. And they're saying get that bread, Regis. You
I ain't mad at him.
deserve
He gonna get his ass
it.
kicked for it though. But hey, why do I
We
care?
don't even know that. Carter overrated. He
Yeah,
overhyped.
he definitely is.
We don't even know what Regis win. Oh my God, that's gonna be
That would be
embarrassment.
crazy.
That's gonna
I
be
hope Regis
embarrassment.
win. I hope Regis knock him out. I don't like
Nah,
that
but
dude.
Connor, I do like how he sound humble in his last. He didn't humble, and that's beautiful. He might have not had a choice, but he said, "I want to get out the social media and all that." He probably done blew himself, like so. That's good for the brother.
They
Dang,
haven't report. They haven't reported Regis's.
T Mac, where you get that number from?
But they're saying any between. I know he's just joking. He's just trolling. He said
Oh.
400K in a crumpet. Um, it's gonna be between 1 and 3 million. Cause you got to they pulling them up in weight, you know, and it's on Netflix. It's gonna be the co-main, the Fury. So they obviously got the money.
Yeah,
Um,
they gonna have to cash Regis out. He probably can
yeah,
pay his house off now.
a
And he
lot of
got some
people.
he got those electric self-driving 18 wheelers already. So Regis gonna be doing all right.
Yeah, Regis in a good spot, man. He got a beautiful family, and they'll always
Mhm.
like the vacation. I believe his wife is Hispanic or Spanish speaking, I would say. And you know they always are in like either Colombia or South America somewhere. It's good to vacation in those parts of the world because your money stretches a lot further.
Yeah,
You
you
know, when
do.
you got money, you can live in Colombia or some of these certain places in South America for a few
Mhm.
months, and you
I was looking
don't even
into
sweat
it.
it.
I was looking into Thailand and like a couple other places. If I sell all my stuff, cause man, I'll be a gazillion especially in Thailand. Every $100,000 is like 3.2 million of their money.
Yeah, but you
So
also got to worry about being the tallest person over there.
I ain't worried about that. I
Nah,
just
I'm
say
just
low key.
Is everybody gonna be looking up?
Looking off my balcony down at the. I go out when I
They're
have
gonna be they're gonna be walking up on you, prize cheese suits, cheese
to.
suits.
For real.
Try to say you something.
You
Um,
can live a good life, man, somewhere else.
Bentley said any part of Southeast Asia. Okay,
Hmm.
yeah. And he said
And
AC
they
said
and they real
Thailand does
people.
shit hard.
They don't be tweaking on black people that look, or people that look like us too much.
Yeah, that's a real concern. I tell people all the time, the Black Americans, we are literally the most hated people in the world. I mean, I was getting support. I was getting, of course, I get support on TikTok. You already know this, bro. And we
Yeah.
was battling one of these young Asian chicks like a week back, and she was like dumbfounded. She was like, "You're getting support like this?" She was almost baffled. I was like, "Yeah, like black people got money. Yeah, I'm a
I
good
wish I
person.
was in
People
there.
want
I
to
would
see
have
me do
fried
well."
them.
Yeah, they be
Like
trying
we
to. They be.
fried them Australian boys.
Yeah. Oh, I had to cook them today.
Fried them.
Yeah, them cupcakes. But but it's all fun. But I'm just saying these
Yeah.
people they don't realize it. They don't expect respectfully, bro, to be honest with you, the way the media pushes certain things and everybody know about like the crab in the barrel mentality. These people are kind of astonished when they see black people supporting each other.
Hmm.
So that's why we got to do better as a community to support each other, pick each other up, reach out to each other, if we need help, don't be an island unto yourself because a lot of these other groups, they looking at us a certain way,
For
and
sure.
it's not favorable. So we got to be behind each other, at any time we can, especially when we're doing the right thing. When you do the wrong thing, you need to be chastised and you should be held accountable by your people. But when you're doing the right thing, you need that support from the people.
Straight
So,
like that.
Let me piggyback off of that. I like that talk. Right, y'all talking right there.
Hey, B3, I'm gonna have to jump off. I gotta
do
get
your
ready to
thing,
do stuff with
Prize.
my daughter, man. Appreciate you having me up. Shout out
Come
Ja.
on, man.
Shout out
Appreciate
Price.
you, family. Appreciate you, bro.
Shout out Carrier and y'all Wild Boys and T Mac
And
in
we
the chat.
loving
Y'all
the
had me
chat. We
tripping out
loving
I
the
today.
know you
chat.
about to cook on that, y'all. Oh my god. All right.
The chat had
I
me
don't
Cause
know
he
dying
what
did
they
all
because
day.
said.
AC done said the Jew he said the Jays, the Jews are the most hate.
Wow.
Okay.
So
Okay.
oh, that's what he said. So like I love this talk about the black people, all the people, my people though. Just like this, I'm gonna pose it as my opinion out of respect. Black people always been having money, ain't never not been having money. You talking about
Right.
generational wealth. It just posed a different way. You look at stuff as propaganda. And black people been winning every war. And I don't even like these wars and stuff. It just like is what it is. Every war that's been fought, black people been winning it. And you really pay attention. That's all I was saying on that.
Man, we listen. At the end of the day, we are we stronger together. And we got a lot of good resources in our community. That's why we kind of got to put them together. And I know a lot of people are upset because typically, we go to work and we make money, and we patronize other people products. We don't patronize each other, we don't support each other. I mean, unless of course, you got a soul food restaurant around the corner that you like, you're gonna eat there. But just as far as the dollars that's spent out, with the Asian restaurants, or everybody like to eat, Taco Tuesday. So they're gonna go support, the Hispanic restaurants. Man,
Tell me
just
that
make
ain't
sure
our
this.
recipe though. Now, come on, we got all the recipes, yo. Go get you some. They be for the low too.
But just all I'm saying is this you got to look at it. Now these people coming to your restaurant. I mean, you going to their restaurant? Are they coming to yours? That's the thing. Now maybe we need to make some options that's palatable for people that's not as big as us and as tall as us. You know what I'm saying? Because
And
we
do they
like,
have a choice though? They gotta come back to the source every time.
yeah.
Like, hold on, what
Mhm.
we doing? Let's go ask the black people first. We tripping.
They'll get the, but see, they'll get the game. But that's what I like, and I'm noticing that now that I'm out here on social media. See, people, what they'll do, they'll come watch me. They'll get my game, or they'll watch me for a few days, and then they'll try to emulate and replicate what I've done. I'm like, you only stayed around a couple of days. So then when I go watch their lives and see what they're doing, I'm still sewing into them, giving them the game, not charging them anything, not gatekeeping. But that's because I understand where my blessings come from. You know what I'm saying? I can pass away today and feel comfortable with what I've done. I'm sowing good seeds in the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing positivity. I'm bringing love. You know what I'm saying? I'm spreading the blood so that people can understand these things. But that stuff is not going to be reciprocated. Everybody not going to do the things the same way. But all in still, like you said, they got to connect with that source.
It's
Uh,
like a childhood crush, right?
mhm.
If you immature, you a child, you go like, oh no, I don't like girls, or girls, I don't like boys. Like you might be mean to them. Like that's how people treat black people. Like Carrie is saying, they put a store in the hood to dominate black people. It's like you got access. You know what I'm saying? How you do that? So they want to pose it as like they got a problem, but really they just reaching out for help in the wrong way, in a disrespectful way. It's on them though.
Hmm. That's a fact. You right, Carrie. That is the game. The game is to be sold, not told. That's the thing. Because a lot of because what'll happen is you give away the game for free. They ain't gonna pay for it. You ain't gonna get no money. You're not gonna be able to capitalize. Now, because at the end of the day, you still gotta live and eat. People, you can have all the intelligence in the world. If you don't got a couple dollars in your pocket, you can't go on a date, you can't buy a meal. So you definitely gonna have to ensure that you getting some finances or some monetary gain behind what you're doing on an everyday basis. So that's how I'm looking at it. Being a social media presence right now,
What's
moving
the
into the
game though? Like I ain't never understand that. Like what's the game? Is it like life is a game to people?
1,000%. Like just see what the job. What you gotta understand is this. Like you're an intelligent guy. The next person is not gonna be as intelligent as you, right? Their mind is not gonna work like yours. They don't have the same life experiences as you, right? So they're gonna watch you and pick up things that you do. It's like a child. It's like an undeveloped mind. A lot of these people, they may be old in age, but they still are undeveloped mentally, right? They still don't have life experience to so that what they'll do is they're gonna learn from people that they see, the people they observe. So like it's like that's how a lot of these people pick up bad habits is what they see, is what they observe. So when you holding yourself to a certain standard and you carrying yourself, then what'll happen is people will start observing you, picking up things for you, picking up the game from you, right? Okay, this is how I need to walk. This is how I need to dress. This is how I need to talk to women. This is how I need to talk to people of authority figures. All those type of things. So everybody don't understand these things, man. And it's like when you have the know-how, you have to be like a conduit for the community, the conduit for the youth to say, okay, this is how we need to conduct ourselves. When we're moving around, everybody's watching us. These people watching us, what we wear, what we say, what we do, how we think. We're under a microscope in all walks of life, all of us. You see what I'm saying? So that's something that you gotta, let people know. So that way, okay, I can move smart, I can move calculated, so that way I can benefit myself and my family. So we can have financial prosperity and a great future. So it take time, but people gotta really know that it's important to sow into your future, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just sowing in day by day, so that way we can have positive outcomes and longevity in life, versus staying stagnated. Certain things we do on an everyday basis is just a continual ritual of stagnation, and you got to break that cycle if you want to prosper, if you want to be better and have better.
You mind if I make a sale on your show real quick?
Nah, do your thing.
So the game is to be sold and not told. So I feel like I'm like not Bitcoin. It's a little bit more profitable than that. Like it depends on what you try and make. Like is you try and make money? Cause like I could tell you something. In that same aspect, I'm selling you something. And just cause I ain't making a dollar off of it, that don't mean I'm not making nothing off of it. Like your dollar might be something different for me. Like what I'm getting paid, what my reward is for what I'm selling. So I'm gonna just tell you the truth, and then I'm gonna get that investment back. Like if you starting a business on your own, you gotta invest first before you worry about making a profit. So I'm gonna just keep it 100 and tell the truth, and then make it look like to them like, oh, that's easy information. So they feel like I ain't selling them nothing. Whole time I am. Cause I'm doing that for the change that I want, and then later that investment going to return. So it's going to be a return in my investment, just putting stuff out there. That's all I'm saying.
I can see that. I'm gonna just say this. Uh, that's one way to look at it, right? But see, the thing is that everything you invest in the public is not going to be a monetary return. You may not get a monetary gain from everything you do, right? The positivity and the wisdom that you give, it may not be a monetary gain. It could be a spiritual gain. It could be a relationship gain. It could be, you sowing into the youth, you sowing into somebody that needed that word. You didn't feel the need to gatekeep, and that way you being a blessing upon somebody's life. You reap what you sow. So you sow good deeds, you're gonna reap good deeds. You sow negativity, you're gonna reap negativity. So you doing the right thing. And no, everything doesn't have to be I want to get $6 out of a person. You know what I'm saying? Everything don't have to be that. Some stuff is like, hey, okay, I'm gonna give you this wisdom because you need it, because you seeked it. Now, what my reward is gonna come from God because I'm doing the right thing. I'm blessed to be a blessing, so I don't mind imparting wisdom on the next person, regardless of what they do with it. I did my part in giving them the knowledge that I had. Is that they have to do their part in to re-sow it, right? Whether they re-sow it back into you or somebody else. That's not what it's about. All it's about is whatever you can have to give to the next person, give it. Be a giver, not always a taker. We can't be selfish. We have to be selfless. And that's how we're going to grow our team and grow our community, is by being selfless and looking out for the next person standing next to us, because you only as good as your support system. You only good as the group and the people that you connected to. Nobody can be an island unto themselves, right? So at the end of the day, it's a lot of people that have money and be successful, and they lonely and they depressed because they maybe have wronged people or mistreated people that they was connected to, that they loved, and then that love is lost because they was after financial gain. You see what I'm saying? So they maybe did things that they shouldn't have did. It messed up their spirit. So at the end of the day, all money ain't good money, but it's the way you go about it. You know, you
You
have that
feel
because
like love gonna always supersede the monetary gain? That's
say
how
that one
I
more
feel.
time.
Like the love supersede the monetary gain. That's just how I feel about it. But I was saying, what's your take on that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I believe that because God is love. So anything you're doing, you should be doing things under God. You know, you're not looking for your reward is spiritual. You know, I feel a lot. I feel a lot better in seeing a youth smile, a young brother smile because of what I did, versus him giving me $10 or $20 and say thank you. You see what I'm saying? Knowing that I sowed that, no, knowing I sowed into their life a positive moment, a productive moment. Because how many times are they going? How many times throughout their day is somebody gonna sow negativity in them, curse at them, abuse them, things of that nature? So. Absolutely. When you sow into somebody, that's genuine love and that you don't want anything in return, that's way more powerful than getting a financial gain.
I ain't trying to hold you up or nothing. We
And I
got some
appreciate you,
more left
John.
to talk.
Beautiful.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful show.
Appreciate you, family. Listen, appreciate everybody in the chat. Y'all tap the like button, follow the channel, help the channel grow. We definitely building. Shout out to my brother Ronald. He was in the Cash App yesterday. I just want to make sure I shout it out to him. Everything helps the channel grow. I appreciate all the love and support, all the members helping the channel grow. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Shout out to Kale and shout out to my brother Ja in the cat and the super thanks today in the super chat. That's a good deal. That's a big deal. And we're gonna keep building this thing up, y'all. We got good fights this weekend. We ran down the schedule. So y'all definitely can listen to the playback and get that schedule. The upcoming fights, Vito Melanecki is fighting this weekend. We also got Tyson Fury, Conor Ben, and others. So we got two pro box events, and we also got the 168-pound Osley Iglesias fighting for his first world title. So we got a lot to look forward to. Um, yeah, well, Kerry, I'm building. At the end of the day, God got me, man, but the devil lurking. At the end of the day, I'm always working. Uh, trust and believe, man. He definitely tried to wrap his hands around me, but I know it's blessings in store. It's blessings in store on the other side of this. We just got to keep sowing into our future, and we're going to keep doing it every day. I love y'all. Appreciate all the support. Man, may God continue to bless and keep our community, our chat, build us up, make us stronger, make us wiser, make us healthier, give us that financial prosperity that we're looking for. I pray over my brother John and his health and everybody that's dealing with different ailments. I lift him up to God. He knows what you're dealing with and what you're going through. I just pray that we'll all continue to be protected as we come and as we go. In Jesus' name. Amen. Love y'all. I'm gone. Peace.
I need money.